What's up, everybody? It's Kaiser Axel and my good buddy Glen VT.
Hello!
Today we are bringing you the Maverick Draft League draft analysis. If you don't know what's going to happen in this rules, luckily, this little Google slide will tell you. But yeah, we just finished our monotype tournament a couple of weeks ago, and now we're doing a draft tournament, Gen 9. And yeah, Glen, how you feel? You know, top 3 in the draft in the monotype league. How are you feeling in the draft league?
Definitely a little bit on the brighter side. I was expecting to be in the bottom half actually, but I somehow made it to the top 3. So yeah, feeling pretty good. But not so sure about how I'm feeling about this season after looking at the draft picks. But we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes, because we did do our draft right before recording this video, but our nice logo look right there is drawn by one of our very own Mavericks, and yeah, I just put some words and now we're gonna do this thing. Let's hop right into the draft. The rule sets. For the rules, coaches must draft between 10 to 12 Pokemon. I can't tell you how much I had to stress this out during the drafting portion, because teams are only allotted 50 points to build their teams, and points that our group decided points are going to be based on how much their BSTR is worth. So like, if it's 0 to 400, 1 point. I'm going to have to mute Will, I'm hearing an echo. 0 to 400 is 1 point, 401 to 425 is 2 points, 426 to 450, 3 points, so on and so forth. And only Pokemon with BST 600 and lower are allowed. All Pokemon 600 and lower.
600 and lower. Emphasize.
Yes.
600 and lower.
Because we do not play by Smoggin rules, even though they're there for the populace, but we like doing what we like doing. Right, Glenn?
Yep.
Another rule is all drafted Pokemon must participate in at least one battle. So, whatever you draft, gotta participate, because I do like statistics. But the major thing I needed to point out is during the drafting process, 50 points, minimum 10 Pokemon. I can't tell you how many times I had to tell certain fuckers to watch their points.
Yeah, they still didn't count correctly afterwards too. So, yeah.
Math is hard for most of our members in our group, but let's start doing the draft analysis. So in the draft order, we have, well, these are the teams that we have right here. Starting at the very top, we have the Twilight Raiders. Will is the coach. That is the artist who did both his own as well as our draft league logo. Thank you. Goof is the coach of the Aerial Laces. He did not give me any sort of logo or submit any pictures, so I just put on his favorite Pokemon, which is the Dragonite. Giant, coach of the Kings of Kanto. Cock!
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's staying in there. But yeah, also another one who didn't give a logo, so Needle King, I don't know. I forget what his name is.
Still working on mine.
Yeah. But no worries. Yeah, so it's just a Needle King. Noah, the coach of the Petra Knights. That's a pretty cool name. I like that.
Alright.
Hey, you shush. But yeah, I just put Petra on because another one didn't give a logo. Next, we have Nino, the coach of the Valiant Hearts. That is not his picture. I will credit the artist in the description. Yes, that's the thing.
Description.
Yes, in the description down below. Same for Chris and Zach's logo. For Chris, he is the coach of the Low Kicks Riders. I gotta say, that's a pretty cool logo. It wasn't like that. I just did some edits on it, but also gonna be credits are also gonna be in the description down below. And then we have Glenn.
Yes.
The coach of the Honolulu Toros.
Yeah.
You know, I just noticed that you actually have the island of Oahu on the forehead.
Yeah, it's on the forehead, right?
I didn't notice that. I thought that was like a scar, but then I looked very closely at it just now, and I'm like, oh that's the island.
I thought that was a pretty neat idea to include that on there when I was making the draft for the logo. So I was like, yeah.
Nah, that was pretty awesome. But love the logo. I love how fierce the Tauros looks there. Moving on to the 8th draft pick is going to be Zach, the coach of the Skeletaritos. I will post that meme up in edit right about now. And we're done with that. And finally, you have me, Kaiser Axel, the coach of the Stardust Empoleons. I love my coworker that she made that. I'm not sure if you can see it, but yeah, it's awesome. So it is a draft order starting from Twilight Raiders all the way to the Stardust Empoleons, and then it is Snake Draft. So it will go back to me and go in reverse order until everyone is done drafting minimum 10 Pokemon or max 12. Yes.
I'd also like to say I did not make my logo. I only made the draft for it, and then my friend actually edited for me, and that's why it looks like this. The one I came up with looked way worse than this.
But it still looks good.
It still looks good though. It still looks good. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Will's first pick. Will started off with Excadrill. An awesome pick. I love it. I'm kind of sad.
Nice
Kind of sad I wasn't able to draft it because Excadrill did wonders for me in the monotype tournament. It's got great coverage. It's at a decent speed tier, and then with its Sand Rush, so maybe Will's going to start doing some sort of Sand team. I don't know. We know, you don't know. You just gotta watch.
That's true.
Definitely a powerhouse. Nothing to be not concerned about because that's an Excadrill. Definitely a great choice. I should probably. Where's my phone so I can have it open the point systems? Oh my gosh, I'm stupid. I should have had this open.
Especially for viewers that are more used to the Smogon settings or rules. You do know Excadrill was at least in OU and Ubers at one point in time. So
yes, it was Ubers in Gen 5, and then I believe Gen 6 or 7 that had Weather Not Be Permanent. I forget if it was 6 or 7. It was one of those two. But that's when it moved down from Ubers to OU. And now I believe according to Smog and Tier it's UU or lower than that. I'm not too sure. But Excadrill is a good 6 points right there, so nice. That's a really good start. 6 points, first Pokemon. Decent. Okay. Moving on to the Aerial Aces. He drafted his favorite Pokemon.
Yep.
Very expensive first pick. 9 points, so that's like a fifth of his budget already. So Dragonite.
I mean, I think.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like I think for your first pick, I think if you do want to get that secured 9-point Pokemon, I think, right, you want to get it if you can.
Oh yeah, definitely. Plus Dragonite, very versatile. It could be bulky. It could be like a bulky person. It could be Fizz attack, it could be special attack, you never know what's gonna happen, but definitely Dragonite, nothing to another Pokemon to fear. People are scary.
Yeah, honestly speaking though, if I wasn't trying to be nice and he didn't choose it, there was a slight chance I might have chosen that Pokemon instead, and I would have felt a little bit better. But
no, you wouldn't have, because it would have been yours.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, because
True. Moving on to Gawk. We have Snorlax. Snorlax is a great 7-point Pokemon. Snorlax, great move pool. Kind of weak on the Fizz Def side, but great special defense. And then it gets Thick Fat. So this could actually, the Terra typings for this could actually be really interesting with the Thick Fat. Or if you're scared of being poisoned, then you go immunity. I think it has immunity. I don't remember.
It has immunity, I think. Yeah, I think it gets immunity.
Okay. I'm not going crazy. But 7 points, this is actually a great Pokemon to start off with. Because, again, Snorlax, very versatile, bulky. You can make it more offensive. Definitely great in Trick Room, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but good pick for Gawk.
Jack.
I'm sorry, Jay. You're just gonna keep hearing that. Gawk!
Jack.
In our next pick, we go to the Petro Knights, and of course, another one that just starts off with his favorite Pokemon now. 9-pointer Petrorunt. Great pick. Definitely did wonders for Noah in the Mono-type tournament. Great typing. Stats are all wonky all over the place for a mythical Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like, what? what was it? It's like one big stat, and the rest are literally evenly spread out.
Yeah, it's 88 for everything other than physical, other than regular defense. Defense, I believe, is like 160 or something like that. But 9-pointer, great pick. You know, trying to get his favorite Pokemon, some sort of defensive core or some shenanigans. I don't know what Petron does. I really should research that.
If anything, I think it's more of a poisoner anyways. So it's tanky poison stall probably.
Trying to abuse that ability of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great ability.
It is.
I definitely would have wanted to pull this maybe if nobody else pulled it, but it's okay. No one can have it. Moving on. We've got Nino of the Valiant Hearts. With the Magearna. The Magearna is a strong 9 points. Magearna, very versatile, especially with how Nino played it. It could be the baton pass set, or it could just be a sweeper, trick roomer, or a fast attacker. I don't know what Magearna wants to do, especially in the hands of Nino. So definitely gotta look out for that.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing too, right? We're starting to see that a lot so far in the drafts. People are picking Pokemon they've already played with during the Monoflight tourney. Granted that they did participate in already. So, yeah. So, I mean, that's something. I mean, it goes to show, like, they're comfortable using these mons, and they're comfortable picking them.
Yeah. But definitely a lot of interesting picks. Some people going with pure power, others going with favorites. But, well, you know, that's the fun part of drafting. You get to pick what you can with what you have. And, yeah. Now moving on to the Logex Riders. Chris picked his very first Torterra. Years ago in X and Y, the Mavericks, we held our own tournament. We didn't record that, unfortunately, and Chris's
I also wasn't part of it.
Yes, you weren't a part of it yet. In fact, you weren't really an integral part of the group yet, I believe, at that time.
Yeah, more than likely, I think.
Yeah. Like, we hung out with you sometimes, but not all the time, like we do more recently. But,
yeah, for sure.
In that tournament, Chris's Torterra did a lot of fun stuff. It hurt.
Yeah, honestly, this was also another Pokemon I kind of wanted to pick up as well, just because it was a grass ground type, and I thought that might be kind of helpful throughout the draft. And it did learn Shell Smash this generation, and that's something to look forward to if Chris also incorporates that into his Torterra.
Definitely, it's got great abilities, great movesets, great offensive typing. Defensive typing, though, not so great, but we'll see what he can pull out with that. Next on, Glenn, talk about your pick.
Yes, Incineroar. Okay, so the doubles player in me was like, I have to pick Incineroar. I think there's no way I can't. I know this is a singles format type of tourney, but it's like I think I have to have Incineroar. It's just like it's just that Pokemon. It's bulky. It can kind of be offensive depending on how you want it. It gets, it can be annoying. It has the Intimidator. It's one of the most used Pokemon for a reason, I guess, in this case. At least in terms of doubles.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just had to pick this guy up.
It's got bulk, it's got utility, it's Intimidate as its hidden ability, and then it can hit hard too with its 2 offensive typings. Incineroar, huge threat. Great 7-point lead on that one for you, Glenn. Love it. I gotta say though, about that whole part where you're like, oh, I'm a doubles player playing singles. The next singles tournament we do, I'm actually gonna lie to you and just say we're playing doubles.
Oh, jeez.
So you can draft all these doubles Pokemon and then
I'm gonna draft all these doubles Pokemon and then it's gonna be a singles game. Like, no!
Moving on, we have the Skeletor team led by Coach Zach. He picked up the 1-pointer Kricketune. Now, before the whole drafting portion began, he did say he was going to draft Kricketune. A lot of people were not believing him. I believed him. Some of us
thought he wasn't going to pick it first.
Yeah, a lot of us said. Some of us didn't believe him. Some of us believed him, but we didn't think he'd pick it first. But he wanted to secure it that way nobody else could do it. Cause yeah, it's a fun pick. Definitely, it's got a lot of utility. I honestly don't know what this Pokemon can do aside from like Perish Song and all that.
Yeah, same.
I think it lost. Did it have Endeavor? I can't remember super if it had Endeavor.
I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. If it does, I mean.
Yeah, that would be like an interesting thing if it did have Endeavor, Parasong. Unfortunately, no, it does get Infestation for trapping, but it doesn't have the bulk to survive that. But Zach picking up the 1-pointer, so he actually has the cheapest team so far, so he gets to play with a lot more.
And say it with us, everybody.
Moving on to the end of round 1 for the draft. I picked up, of course, my namesake Empoleon. Empoleon for me, 7 points. It's a great Pokemon. It can do so much. It has access to Sword Stance. It's got competitive as its hidden ability. It's tanky. It gets agility. Empoleon, very versatile Pokemon. I love it. And it's a penguin. I love penguins.
Definitely one of those buffed this generation alongside the other starters.
Oh, so. Yeah. Definitely got that huge buff that it needed because it has a better special pool than its physical pool. But before this generation, it had Defiant. I prefer competitive.
Oh yeah, competitive definitely way better. I don't know what they're thinking with Defiant, but I guess competitive didn't exist back then either. Though,
no, competitive did exist.
It did? Okay.
It was Wigglytuff who had it. Wigglytuff had competitive.
Oh, I see.
And so did Milotic. Milotic also had.
Oh, that's true. Milotic has.
Yeah, but everyone runs the Marvel skill. Milotic is so much better. Unless you're doubles. But yeah. So this is the end of the round 1 drafts. Everyone chose some very interesting Pokemon, some more than others. Zach.
No, it was an interesting pick.
Okay. Definitely, Glenn, which one would you say is the most threatening Pokemon for the round 1 draft?
Most threatening Pokemon, it's hard actually. I'm not entirely sure. I kind of want to say Will's pick on the Excadrill, honestly, because it has access to Mold Breaker, and as long as Will can play it right, I think it's gonna be kind of a big threat, honestly. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a big threat.
Definitely. I mean, between the first 2 players that drafted, they both have scary things because they have great abilities. Their offensive stats are great. Excadrill, not too much with the defensives, like how Dragonite has it, because Dragonite does have multi-scale and it's a pseudo legendary. It has great stats on that. But both of those, strong powerhouses. Your pick is also very strong, in my opinion. Because, like,
I'm hoping.
Nothing. If you look at all the picks, nothing wants to survive your attacks, except maybe the Petron, because it's Fizz Def.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So now we go to round 2, which means that I get the very first pick of the round 2. I decided to go with Galvantula, a 4-point Pokemon. Oh, I forgot to change my logo. No. Oh well, we're recording. Edit in post. Or not, I don't know. Depends on what I do.
Just when you go to edit the video, just slap your stuff from top.
Yeah, just a big ass logo covering the Empoleon.
Yeah.
But I went with Galvantula. Galvantula I wanted to do as utility, and I love Galvantula. It's got 2 great offensive typings. Terra makes it even better. Sticky web support to make some of my other choices that I want to have. And plus, like, 95 accuracy thunders.
Oh yeah, especially with its ability. Oh man.
Yeah, Compound Eyes is so amazing. But yeah, Galvantula's got great utility. It could be a sweeper. Well, not really a sweeper, but it can apply that offensive pressure. And Terra just makes it even better because it can change its typing, make it resistant and survive a little longer. So we'll see what I have in store. Be prepared for the bug.
Yeah, definitely a pick I would have picked up as well for my bug typing as well, but yeah, it was either that or difficult, but my points, which you'll see later.
Yeah, I mean, like within the first 3 rounds, you weren't the one that had the highest point totals, but we're skipping ahead. We're skipping ahead. Everyone's gonna see that. Moving on, we have Zach choosing Skeledirge, the namesake of his team. I don't know why I swear I fixed that. Okay, gosh. Okay. But Skeledirge, great pick. Yeah, people can see the picture. They can read, kind of. Skeledirge, great pick. great offensive typings, unaware makes it even better, and it gets slack off.
Yep, arguably one of the best starters out of Gen 9 for sure.
And then to top it off, it has a signature stat boosting attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a great pick for Zach. That's a 7-point Pokemon. Zach's still holding on to that cheap team, but still you should not underestimate. Underestimating will get you killed.
That is true.
All right, Glenn. Moving on to your round 2 picks, we have Dragapult.
Dragapult. This
Talk
is
to
another
us.
Pokemon. Okay, so for these first 2 picks, Incineroar and Dragapult, they were like actually the very top 2 mons I wanted to pick up for the draft. Incineroar, because like I said, I would actually point out, it is bulky. It can do quite a bit of things for your team, especially with its typing and the move skills that it gets and its ability. And then there's also Dragapult. Dragapult, definitely one of the faster mons out there. It's a dragon type, it's a ghost type, it can dish out the damage. And of course Terra can help with its like very fragile like defenses. And yeah, the dude just hits hard. I mean, granted, he is still on that weird scale where he has higher physical attack, but he has more special moves than physical moves. But hey, I mean, that's what Terra Blast is for at this point, right?
Very true.
But yeah, this was definitely another pick I wanted to make sure I get. And then if it wasn't this, like I said earlier, I probably would have picked up the Dragonite. But
I mean, this is also still a great pick because aside from just putting in offensive pressure, it does get screens.
it does get screens,
It
can also bypass screens too because it does
Yeah.
get infiltrators. So.
It is the fastest screen user outside of Prankster.
Mm.
And that's actually a great usage of the your first 9 points. So that uses 16 of your points. So I'd say you're in a very good position.
Yeah.
Just
And
gotta
Dragon Darts, I also do like because it does work differently in doubles and singles. So there's that. Hopefully that helps save me some, gives me some breathing room.
yeah, that'll give you some breathing room. Definitely awesome Pokemon that you picked. Moving on, we've got Chris, who kind of sniped. He's a second one who kind of sniped the Pokemon I wanted to use. Oh, I went backwards. King Gambit. Awesome Pokemon. Love it. 7 points.
Good Pokemon.
Great offensive typing now because, Steel and... There's a bunch of fairies running around and... King Gambit's just awesome because it gets Defiant, it gets its new signature ability.
Supreme Overlord.
Yeah, Supreme Overlord. Right now, Chris is just putting on that offensive pressure. Great 7-point Pokemon. King Gambit, pretty much everyone will know what it can do. Unless Chris decides to pull out some weird shenanigans like making it a special attacker. Because Supreme Overlord works for both your physical attack and your special attack.
That is also true.
So
And he was also a little bit miffed because I did snipe the Dragapult from him. So.
Oh well, that's the order. Maybe he should have chosen
That's
that
the
one.
order.
Exactly. But great pick for Chris. Getting that offensive pressure already. Moving.
I know there's one mon that was sniped from me later.
Yeah, later. Moving on, we've got Nino picking up the Iron Valiant. Another 9-pointer. Iron Valiant, amazing. We won't know what it can do until we actually get to fight it, because it can be either the physical or the special attack.
And definitely another Pokemon that he picked up from his mono draft team as well, or mono type team. So like, definitely, I mean, it's definitely a good pick. It can definitely hit hard.
It'll hit hard. Could survive depending on what type of terror it is. And seeing how Nino ran both Iron Val and Magearna in the mono type, he could just baton pass a shift gear into Iron Val,
Oh boy.
making it +2 speed, +1 attack. But Nino's definitely putting out some points there. It's already 18.
Oh yeah, that's already 18 points. I mean, it's not too much, so to speak, but it does limit his options.
It does limit the
sure.
options for sure. Moving on, we've got the Pecha Knights picking up a very interesting one, Sceptile. I honestly don't know what to say about Sceptile. Personally, I prefer Mega Sceptile, but we're not getting Megas. Because Sceptile's in that very weird range. Its stats are like, it's got higher, higher physical attack.
Right?
No,
Oh, physical. Is it physical?
Was it physical
I
or
forgot.
special?
I kinda
no, sorry.
forgot.
It has higher special attack. No. Am I wrong? Am I stupid? Zach!
Let's find out.
It has higher special
Let's
attack
make a
over
phone call.
attack.
Sorry, could you repeat yourself?
It has higher special attack than physical attack. It has, unfortunately, a ridiculously awesome physical move pool, though.
Yeah. Whereas Mega Sceptile will actually fix that because the physical attack actually goes up for Mega Sceptile. But, I mean, Sceptile's still a great Pokemon. It does get Unburdened. You could run it
Oh, it
as...
is unburdened.
Yeah. It's a very funny one. Unfortunately, Unburdened does not work with the Mega Set, but them's the things. And it's got a great speed tier. I believe it's like 120 something. 123?
120. It is 120.
120. So that's a great speed tier for it. It pretty much outspeeds everything right now. That from the draft, aside from the Dragapult.
Yes.
Aside from the Dragapult.
But we'll see how that goes, because we'll see how that goes too. I do have to say though, I do like it shiny. Not just because it has fur, and not just because it has fur alligator colors or not being biased or at all.
But yeah, we'll see how Noah wants to run this Sceptile. I'm not sure if he's just choosing Pokemon or if he, his favorite Pokemon, or if he has a plan. We'll see. Well, I'll see when the battle happens. But yeah, moving on.
We'll see when he brings it in.
Yeah, moving on to Cock.
Jack.
He's got Golurk, 5-point Pokemon, great. And I okay, honestly, looking at all the Pokemon that's been drafted so far, Golurk has the best offensive typing. The best. Ground Ghost, right? Yes, Ghost Ground. And aside from that, when it flies, its legs go into its body.
Oh yeah, that's true. Articuno's turn into a cannon.
Yeah, it can turn into a cannon. It's freaking awesome. I love this. And then it also gets no guard, so them dynamic punch is gonna hit.
Oh yeah, prepare to be confused.
It's got some decent bulk, so that's also a great thing. Picking up some bulking Pokemon. Not sure what he wants to do with them exactly. Hopefully within like the next 2 rounds he does pick up some sort of like offensive pressure, because a lot of the really good ones within the certain point systems are going away.
That's true. That's true. Also, great shiny too.
Oh, I love it shiny. Its shiny is awesome. It becomes
Really nice.
blackish.
Yeah, with a little bit of the green too.
Yeah, with a tint of green. Alright, moving on to the Aerial Aces. We have the Greninja, a 7-point Pokemon. Greninja is great. Very disappointed in this generation because it doesn't transform into Ash Greninja. This is another Pokemon, just like Iron Valiant as well as Dragapult. We don't know what it's going to do until it does it, because it could be either the Battle Bond or it could be the Protean set. It is the only starter Pokemon that doesn't have that, without using Omega, has 3 abilities. So I honestly don't know what he's going to do.
And if Goof knows about too, I believe Battle Bond Greninja is technically only male. So if he keeps his Greninja as male, it can keep us guessing.
Yeah, that's also very true. I believe Battle Bond now gives you +2 attack, +2 special, +2 speed. I could be wrong. We'll double check on that. Fact check right now on the screen. Thank you. Moving on to the last pick of the round 2, we go to Will, who... That's not an Excadrill. God damn it! I'm so sorry, everyone. I fucked up. I was just copy pasta everything, but that's not an Excadrill. Input Garganacl's name right now. Thank you.
His nickname is Excadrill now.
Yeah, its nickname is Excadrill. I mean, look at it. It kind of looks like a drill at the very top if it starts spinning. Doesn't this thing get rapid spin too?
I don't know actually. Probably not.
Probably not.
I'm just gonna say no because I have no idea.
I've never used this Pokemon, but great pick. Awesome defensive type. Well, not defensive typing. Awesome defensive Pokemon. It's got recovery. It's got a stupid signature move that hurts my steel babies. And your water babies.
Yep. And it does have that ability, Purifying Salts, as well, so it cannot be status. Or is it certain status? I don't know.
Cannot be status.
Cannot be status.
I think it can be secondary status.
Oh yeah.
But not primary.
Not
Yeah, not like Thunder Wave or Toxic, but I think it can still get like paralyzed from like Thunderbolt and other stuff like that. I don't know. I gotta read that. I forget.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah,
something like
fact
that.
check on the screen now. Thank you. But that's the end of the round 2 drafts, and here we are. Oh boy.
Whew.
Everyone's choosing power here.
Yeah, I think definitely a lot of good power picks here.
Oh god, I messed up on
In this round.
so much. Look at that. My name should have a Z, not the S. I apologize.
It's okay, you're excused. You practically worked on this whole thing. I think you did it in like what, a day or two? Like
day.
literally put it together.
Yeah.
Look at that. Even 1 day.
I
One
mean,
day.
like, it still looks pretty great. Otherwise.
It still looks great. Definitely a lot better than anything I can do.
Definitely round 2 had way more of the power picks rather than like all the what's the word? What's what I'm looking for? The goofy or the favorites, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And then yeah, what's your favorite Pokemon that you see drafted here so far? At least in round 2.
If I'm not biased and picking my own bond, honestly, I think it's gonna have to be the Skeledirge, I think.
Skeledirge was a great pick.
Yeah,
for
I think the
sure.
Skeledirge is definitely. Second would probably be the Galvantula, I think. For me.
I would have taken the Skeledirge, but I wanted the Galvantula for that utility more than the Skeledirge itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zach just picked it up. He's like, yeah, mascot, let's go. Alright, moving on to round 3 drafts. We got Twilight Raiders picking up Dusk Form Lycanroc. From the looks of this team, it looks like Will is trying to go for Sand. Because Excadrill. Another rock type. Another rock type. And this Lycanroc Dusk Form gets the Tough Claws. It hurts, and it's got...
It won't hurt.
It's in that really good speed tier, 115.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it'll hurt.
It's gonna
hurt.
It's gonna hurt really, really hard. Like, really, really hard.
Yeah.
But that's a great Pokemon. 5 points. Good for Will. Yeah, we'll see if somebody snipes any of the Sand Setters. Yeah, stay tuned for that. Moving forward, we have the Pelipper. Glenn, tell me about this team.
I mean, it looks like he's going for some kind of a rain team, I guess. I mean, obviously Dragonite can use Hurricane. I don't know why you would. I guess you could, but I don't know why you would. Of course, boosting the Greninja's moves, and, well, Pelipper.
Enough said. Pelipper. Better.
Well, that's got Drizzle and Tailwind, so I guess that's something, if anything. Definitely boosting speeds.
Yeah, this Pelipper is going to be more of that utility to the team so far. U-turn, Tailwind, Rain Setter. Yeah. Good thing I have a Galvantula.
Yeah, that thing's gonna kill it if you stop focused.
Oh, I'm definitely going to.
And you don't even have to worry about combines, because it's gonna be raining.
It's gonna be raining.
It's gonna be raining.
I'm gonna be hitting 200%. All that paralysis is gonna be 100% instead of 30. Oh god, that would be so stupid if that worked like that.
That's gonna be fun.
Moving on to Cox, the 3rd round. He's got the Whimsy.
Hey, there we go.
I'll be honest with you.
Oh.
I really thought Will would have drafted this Pokemon because he loves this fluffy menace.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna draft it too. I think he did come to us later talking about it, right? It's like, I'm surprised Giant picked it up.
Now looking at this 3rd round pick, because this is where you start to solidify how your team's going to start looking. I have no idea what he's doing.
I don't know either, honestly. I mean, Whimsicott does have a lot of stuff like it does get the Tailwind, it does get...
It's got Tailwind, it's got Leech
Seed.
Seed.
Up stuff. It's got Leech Seed.
It's got Worry
powders.
Seed, which can get rid of your opponent's ability. Yeah. So let's say you're Iron Valiant. Oh, now you just lost your ability.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's this Whimsicott has lots of utility, but
Yeah, and it could be an offensive threat as well. I mean, granted, it's not as strong, but I mean, a moonblast coming from it or an energy ball can still do a lot of damage to something
Yeah.
that it's super effective too. So
Yeah, definitely great pick, but hopefully he gets some sort of team synergy soon because points are being dwindled and things are being taken. So,
yeah, I kind of wish I had this one too. Honestly.
Another great doubles Pokemon for the doubles player. Moving on to the Petra Knights, we've got 6 points in Ceruledge. I truly wanted to play Ceruledge this season because look at it, it's so amazing. Shitty shiny though. Shitty shiny.
Yeah, shitty shiny. If y'all know, y'all know.
Yeah. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, no.
Maybe you have one and you just never noticed because it's so shitty.
It's so shitty, right? Great Pokemon, great offensive typing, just like Skeletor Dirge. Weak armor makes it even more of a threat. So -1 defense, +2 speed. It's got Sword Stance. I think it gets Sacred Sword. I think.
I'm not sure if it gets Sacred Sword, but it does get its signature move in the Bitter Blade.
Bitter
That does
Blade.
heal your
It gets
HP,
Shadow
so.
Claw. I forget what else it gets. I'm pretty sure it does get like Sacred Sword or something like that. But great pick for Noah, offensive threat, and paired up with the other two, there's actually some great type advantages between the three.
Yeah. He is going for double ghosting, but I mean he's pretty much got a fire and a grass type. So he's got some coverage going now.
Yeah, definitely.
He just needs like a water type to add to his team, and you'll at least have that trio. But we'll see.
I mean, like looking at these two, if you're talking about the fire, water, grass core, his fire and grass right now aren't the bulkiest. They can take a hit, but it's not. They don't have the.
Probably one hit.
Yeah, one hit. Okay. Now this was a shock pick for me for the next for Nino's next one, cause I never imagined he'd pick this Pokemon.
Kind of forgot what he picked. Oh yeah.
He picked Cresselia, 9 points.
Oh my goodness.
Honestly,
27 points out of his pocket right
more
now.
than half his points for 3 Pokemon. But I mean, Cresselia is amazing. It's got
Very good
recovery. It can stall things out. It's got
levitate.
levitate. So if it's Terra Electric,
Oh boy, no weaknesses.
no weaknesses. There's just so much this Cresselia could do with this team. I believe it can also set up screens. Although,
I think it also gets Trick Room as well. So
yes,
like, if he
it also
plans
does
on going,
get
like, a
Trick Room.
slower
yeah.
Magearna, then
Yeah, if he goes slower Magearna and then Cresselia and then some other Pokemon, fine. If he doesn't do that, then, Iron Valley can shine. Cresselia does things too. It does get the Healing Wish, so that is nice.
oh boy. I think Lunar Wing 2 restores PP, I think, right? So I think there's the Lunar Wing? I forgot, whatever it's
I honestly don't remember it. I looked at it before, but I forgot because I never really played it.
Yeah, it is definitely a mon I would love to have played a lot more of, though, because it was definitely good for doubles as well. So.
Yeah, definitely a great doubles Pokemon, good in singles way back when. I forgot how it's doing now, but we don't play Smogon.
Yeah.
Continuing forward, for the Low Kicks Riders, Chris drafted Ogerpon Wellspring. This is such a great pick. It's tanky, it can do so much things, and obviously we know what its Terra's going to be.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it gets water absorb. I mean, it's not the greatest ability, but it's some kind of coverage that it gets against water types anyways.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with
That's great coverage, and just Ogerpon in general is just so good. Especially once you set up a Sword Stance. It can do some nasty stuff if Chris can put this in rain or even grassy terrain.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because grassy terrain helps Torterra, it helps King Gambit live earthquakes and earth powers and magnitudes and all that stuff.
And I believe Ogerpon does get access to Grassy Glide as well, so that's one priority move in its basket.
So if Chris
terrain.
can get a grassy terrain going, he can get that priority aside from the King Gambit. So that would be good. Glenn, I hate you.
Pick.
I hate you for your next pick. Everyone is stealing my steel babies. I hate you so much. 4 points, Cliffy. Talk.
Yeah, what about the clef key? Okay, so wait, I'm trying to remember. What did I draft after this real quick? Because that affected why I drafted that too. Hold up. Okay, that's right. I think I remember. Yeah, okay, so like I really wanted to have a prankster mod on my team because I needed something like, and because of my mindset of how I was drafting my Pokemon, I was trying to look for like the best options. One of them was already taken by a Giant with the Whimsicott pick, and then when I was looking at the ones that were kind of left over, and one that I totally forgot about, but I guess technically I wouldn't have chosen it probably because I already had a Pokemon with a similar typing to it already, or with a typing that shares it. I had two choices in terms of like my prankster mons after that. I was like, do I want to go that one or do I want to go the Klefki? It also covers, right, it is Klefki, and I have been seeing it used by you, Axel, and I might actually have to pick up some stuff that you did use on it as well.
Hey, it's a great Pokemon. It's underrated for sure. And if you bring both this and your Dragapult, that frees up your Dragapult from being a screener.
That is also true. That is very true. And who knows? Maybe I'll make this Klefki more than just a prankster mod. Who knows?
Yeah. Watch, it's just gonna explode on your face now. But great pick for 4 points. That puts you at a total of 20 points used already, Glenn.
Oh god.
So very nice.
I was like tripping out still yet too. I was like, God, I only have this much points still left. What can I choose?
But I like how your team's looking. Definitely a doubles team.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Doubles. Next, continuing on, Zach chose Clodsire.
Closure. No.
Oh my god, fuck you, Google Docs. Oh, why'd you...
It's okay, because this Pokemon will give you closure. It has the face that will give you closure.
And if you notice, all of Zach's Pokemon that he drafted have those beady eyes.
Oh, they do so far, don't they?
Yeah, they have the beady eyes. But Closure, another great Pokemon to pick up. It's got Water Absorb, which is going to be great looking at Goose Team. It also has Unaware. It's got Recovery. It's got a lot.
It also gets Slack Off too, okay?
It's Slack Off. Because it's Poison type, it gets Toxic, so it'll never miss. Earthquake. This thing is just great. I love it. I want to get a plushie of it. I can't wait till I hope I can find one at Worlds.
At Worlds? Yeah.
If I find one at Worlds, I'm gonna pick it up because, you know,
he
just wants to be a good boy. Look at him.
Yeah, this looks like a very fun. This would be like one of those Pokemon you'd love to have as like a body pillar or something.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, if I can find a big ass one, I'm gonna put that on my back.
That'd even be better.
Oh yeah, but definitely Zach's team, two great Unaware Pokemon. They both have Recovery, and then you have his super wild pick in the Cricketune, which is a very funny yet terrifying pick, because this is the mind of Zach, and that is a terrifying place to be. I've read his mind many times.
Can't wait to see it in the tourney.
Can't wait to see it in the tourney for sure. Ending off round 3, I picked up the 9-pointer Mew. My team looking like Smoggin UU from like Generation 8 and below.
I have to say the Mew is definitely an interesting pick because that was also another consideration just because of the fact that it does learn every single like TM, right?
Yes.
So like it's definitely very versatile.
Yeah, so I wanted, like, a lot of people were pulling out Pokemon where you don't know what it's going to do. I decided to do the same thing. You won't know what this Mew is until you see it in battle. But I feel like that's a great 9-pointer. It has access, like you said, access to pretty much all TMs and there's no HMs, all TMs and tutors. So it could be screeners, it could be support utility, it could be offensive pressure. You never know. I do. You don't.
Yeah, it could. It's literally gonna be that wild card, I think, for sure.
The true wild card Pokemon.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the round 3 drafts. Wow, this video, we're going like 15 minutes per round.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
But that's fine, that's fine. We're having fun.
But that's okay. I think draft videos like this usually take a while anyways.
Yeah, it's analysis videos, of course. Looking at this I gotta say, there's a lot of Pokemon that were like interesting. There's the Cerulege, the Mew, the Clodsile, the Ogrepon. All great picks, and for me, those really stand out the most.
Yeah, I think so too. Like definitely like the Cresselia, I think definitely sticks out. The Mew for sure, and then like I'm also seeing like Will's pick on the Lycanroc as well, because like we know that thing can hit hard, and like just judging from like Will's team comp already, like man, he has a lot of offensive pressure.
Yeah.
So
Will could be going for like a sand team, Goof going for a rain team, obviously with the Pelipper there. Nino is going fairy and psychic heavy, which is King Gambit friendly.
oh yeah.
King Gambit gonna eat well. Moving on to round 4, I chose the 5-pointer Corviknight. Corviknight is such a great Pokemon. It's got a lot of bulk. Oddly enough, it can also learn screens.
That is true. That is true. And I totally forgot about this Pokemon too, because it was weird. Because I was thinking about like my flying types as well. And I was like, for some odd reason, my mind was going towards Skarmory more than Corviknight. Though I don't know why.
I mean, both are great options. However, I believe the Corviknight gets the iron defense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if Skarmory gets it or not. But yeah, whatever. But like, iron defense, body press, as you've seen in the draft tournament, not the draft, the monotype tournament. This thing put in work for me. Plus, mixed with the rest of my team, it'll help.
This is definitely gonna help.
It's definitely going to help. It's terrifying. I mean, look at it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And it's like you said earlier, it did do a lot of work for your team as well in the model tourney. So
yeah,
definitely
love it. In my opinion, best bird. Sorry, Staraptor.
And you Talonflame fans.
Yeah. Now, Zach's next pick. Oh my gosh. It was another interesting one. Never would have thought he'd pick it. 5 points. Yep. 5 points, Hisuian Electrode.
Yeah. See, this was one of my grass options too, because I didn't pick. Like, I was thinking, like, with its typing, Grass Electric was so good, and I think Hisuian Electrode has, like, a really good speed tier as well.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, man, I really wanted to pick up that Pokemon too, but Zach got to it first. I wasn't expecting to pick it up either, but he got it, so.
It's basically the Kanto Electrode, but better. But better. And plus, if he gives this thing the right Terra, this thing is a huge threat.
It is.
Because then that would because Electric Grass, good offensive pressure, mixed in with a Terra, even higher. This thing pretty much outspeeds everything within the draft thus far. This thing is a menace.
Yeah.
It's so weird looking though.
It is.
Like how
it looks like that old dumb Pokeball.
No, like look, if you look at like the red part of it, it's like all polished and whatnot, and then you just see the mouth.
Oh yeah, it's like literally it's drawn on, right?
Yeah, it's like drawn on or stickered. It actually talks out of its eye holes.
That's funny.
But great pick for Zach. Still, I believe, he still has the cheapest team thus far, but he's pulling out some weird stuff, but it looks like it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see what else he drafts.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to your round 4 pick. Even though Quagsire is on here, technically your round 4 pick was...
A round 4 pick was a Gastrodon.
Yeah, it was a Gastrodon, which was later traded to Chris.
Yeah. So, the main thing here was, at least when I first traded for the Gastrodon, or when I first chose the Gastrodon, I thought, hey, water ground type, I think I can use another one again, but I had options, right? I think there's like at least 3 that I could have chose from, but of course I had to follow I had to go within the points category, so I was kind of narrowed down to 2, and then I got that's when I picked the Gastrodon. It helped me quite a bit in the model tourney. It has some moves that I love. Yawn.
And then ultimately you decided to swap it out later for the Quagsire. Quagsire 3 points, just like its cousin in Clodsire. This thing is terrifying.
It can't. Well, I still feel like Clodsar got the better.
Well, actually,
end of the stick,
this one
in a
is this
sense.
one is better on the physical side.
But yeah. I mean, I got my water ground type just like I wanted, and yeah. So
It's a
I
great
have
pick.
something.
I love
Yeah.
it. That's their team's actually looking really solid right now. Love it. Okay, Chris in the next part in round 4 drafted Rabombi, his signature bug, which helped him out quite tremendously, except against me, where I just ate it. Rabombi giving great support. Oh, wait, sorry. Rabombi giving great support. It gets access to Sticky Web. It's fast. Bug Fairy. It's like it's a thing. It's a thing
Yeah,
for 4 points.
It is definitely one of my like Pokemon that traveled with me in the Alola region when the games first came up. But I think it can do pretty well. It can do very well.
Yeah, it can do pretty well. It gives him a very good speed tier right now, considering
Oh,
the rest
yeah.
of his Pokemon are pretty slow-ish, aside from the Ogerpon. But yeah, that's Chris's 4th round pick, and we're moving on to Valiant Hearts. They chose a Gardevoir.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Favorite Pokemon of Nino's, but I gotta say though, not a huge fan of the team right now.
Yeah, it's like what you're saying earlier, right? He's a lot of the same type mods.
Yeah, so a lot of Pokemon on certain teams are just going to eat up his Pokemon, so it really depends on how well he plays. And I mean, like we've seen Nino in the tournament, in the monotype tournament, he did great. So we'll see what he has in store. But at this very moment in round 4, ouch. Any words on that, Glenn?
Not really. I mean, Gardevoir is also not so bad, anyways, right? It has like a good special defense. It's a special attacker.
And
it gets like Trace.
Trace, Trick, telepathy is useless. and
Telepathy
useless.
doubles.
Yeah.
Trace and Synchronize. Synchronize is always good too. I mean, like,
I believe it's space 85 speed, so that puts him, in decent terms.
yeah, it's pretty decent in terms too. And I mean, it is fairy psychic type. And it's not too.
That's good offensive typings right there.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Urshifu Single Strike, picked up by Noah. This was a 7-point Pokemon. I think this actually helps mitigate his 2 Pokemon that are weak to Dark types.
Yes, definitely.
And
it is a good Pokemon.
this bypasses all screens because of its ability.
Yep.
And protect.
Sorry, no protects.
No protect. Sorry, Glenn, no protects for you, buddy.
Oh boy.
But I like this. I asked him
I do
later
too.
on why he chose this form rather than the single strike, and he's like, "Oh, he felt like this. He needed this one more. Yeah, the surging strike. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I can see it definitely. Like, anybody that's been keeping track of like DGC World 2, like there was always like some kind of shit between single strike or like surging strike, like either or being used. But I mean, you still see them. You see them both, so you know for sure at least that they're definitely top contenders for Pokemon to like pick up.
And in doubles, you never know what form it is until it's sent out.
Yeah.
So that's a tricky thing.
But unfortunately, here for us, we'll know it's single strike. So
Yeah. I mean, luckily in the first round of groups, you don't have to challenge.
yeah, that's true.
If he drafted both, I'd never know which one it is.
Oh, jeez.
Because technically,
That
he
would have
could.
been funny.
Technically, he could draft both. He could have drafted
could?
both, but he can only
It
bring.
doesn't affect species clause?
No.
Oh, no. Oh, right. He can draft both, but he can't use both at the same time.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Next for Cock. Oh
Yeah.
my god! Fucking Google slide. Damn it! But Kilowattrell. Very interesting Pokemon. I don't know what Giant wants to do. I seriously do not know what he wants to do with this team.
I don't know either.
He's picking lots of interesting Pokemon for sure. Kilowattrell, I feel like is better in doubles because, you know, that tailwind and that wind power. But I mean, electric flying, great offensive typing. So, we'll see what Giant does with this thing. It is pretty cool looking bird, though.
It is, and it is a flying electric type as well. I mean, like, sure, there's probably a better option in like Zapdos or something, but I mean, you know, you're for points wise, you know.
For points wise, yeah. And it's got great speed, so that helps out with Giant's other slow Pokemon. Yeah.
I think it also gets access to like Volt Absorb or something too, anyway. So like, if he does, he can use that ability for like a safe switch in against like an electric type move or something. So that helps out too. I think.
Yeah. But Giant looking pretty decent with his points right now, steady at 22. Not bad. Next up, Aerial Aces has chosen the Magnezone. This is definitely a rain team, through and through.
Yeah.
Magnezone, great steel baby, especially in this team right here. Accurate thunders, steel types. It has magnet pull, so if you try running away from it as a steel type, no.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I still
Does
wish
it get sturdy.
it does get sturdy. It gets sturdy, analytic, and magnet pull. I did wish this thing got levitate. I mean, it's literally levitating off the freaking ground.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
And it's magnets.
And it's magnets.
It's magnets. But great Pokemon. Move pool could use, in my opinion, its move pool could get buffed up.
Yeah. Well, technically, I guess it is pretty slow too, right?
Yeah, that's why it gets analytic. Because analytic gives you a boost if you're slower. Yeah. Well, slower than the opposing Pokemon. And then for the final round, oh my god, I'm terrified to challenge this thing. Twilight Raiders, 4th round pick is the Deoxys attack form. You remember going back to the rules when I said all Pokemon 600 BST and lower are allowed?
Oh yeah.
This thing is 600.
Straight 600 people, so it's usable.
It is the epitome of a glass cannon.
Yep.
150 speed, 180 attack, 180 special attack, 20 defenses. And I think
50 speed.
And I think
at the attack
50
form.
HP. Yeah.
Jeez.
And with its variety of move pool, another Pokemon you won't know until you see it.
Yeah, and I think Terra can only make this thing better because
only makes it better.
oh jeez, because that access to Terra Blast, he can probably one-shot a lot of things that he probably needs to get off the field.
Yeah. So, surprise pick, he didn't pick up like a Tyranitar or Hippowdon, but I mean, this is still a great pick. 9 points, and then he's on the wheel too for round 5.
Oh yeah.
Definitely a menace. Gotta say, interesting picks. Is definitely going to Zach for the Hisuian Electrode. My most terrifying pick, because he's in my group, is Will's Deoxys.
Oh yeah, I can definitely agree. I think those are definitely like. I think if anything, yeah, like I can agree. Zach's pick, Will's pick, and your pick, I think were definitely like one of the stronger ones here. Noah too, I think for sure. So yeah, definitely something to look out for.
Yeah. Oh my god. I don't want to challenge that thing. Going forward.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you have to challenge Will at all.
I don't actually. Yeah, unless we meet in the playoffs. Somehow.
Unless you meet in the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very low chance for me though.
No. You got this, buddy. You got this. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Round 5 starts. Twilight Raiders starts us off with the Sandy Shocks. I hate this Pokemon.
The fact that it got drafted. I was waiting for someone to pick this up, honestly, because I might have picked it up too at one point. Like but I might have. It was an option, but then I was like, I'm gonna see if anybody else.
Overall, it's a great Pokemon. I believe it's 105 speed, 125 special attack, electric ground. The only thing I hate about this thing is when you're playing in the game, how it walks. I hate it so much. If I see Will bring this thing, I'm going to kill it immediately. But Sandy Shocks, 8 points. Will starting off round 4 and 5 with huge threats, and oh my god, I have to challenge this thing. But that is another thing that is weak to water or grass. So hopefully Will's next pick will mitigate that. Goof's next pick is the Rotom Wash. I love Rotom Wash. Great, great typing. It actually, because of power creep, it's not as strong as it used to be. But I mean, like in draft, it can be strong. And mixed with this team that he has, that Hydro Pump, if it connects, because Hydro Pump can miss. Definitely strong. Hits hard. And Rotom's at like a very weird speed tier and it's bulky enough. Volt switching. You know, pretty much all of Goof's Pokemon can actually pivot out.
Yeah, that's true. Actually.
Between U-turn and Volt Switch, so who knows what he's going to do. I do not at all. But 6 points, Rotom Wash, great Pokemon. Love it. Awesome for him. Round 5. Cock! Picked up the Latias. 9 points. I am actually happy that Giant picked up this.
Yeah.
I feel like this fixes his team.
Yeah, because I mean, as far as we know, or as far as I've learned, Latias can definitely be a threat.
Yeah, you learned that personally. Was it you? No, was it you?
No, that wasn't me.
That was Giant, I think. No, it wasn't Giant. No. I forget who it was. Go watch the monotype videos.
Yeah, let us know in the comments down below.
Yeah, let us know.
If you made it this far, you will let us know in the comments down below.
Yeah, if you made it this far. But Latias definitely helps out Giant's team a lot. It's got access to recovery. It's Terra type makes it a threat. It's a dragon, so it pretty much can learn all fucking moves. But great pick, 9 points. Giant actually, this is one pick after, like, personally I would have preferred this be his round 4 pick, in my opinion.
Would have been a good round 4 pick.
That would have
But
been.
I mean, he still picked it up at least. I guess that's
Yeah,
something.
at least he picked it up. Definitely something to look out for Giant. Sorry, for Cock.
Jack.
For Cock. Next up, for round 5, the Petra Knights have drafted Scizor. Scizor, unfortunately, didn't do too well in the model type tournament for either Chris or myself. Unfortunately. But Scizor's a great Pokemon. It gets Defog, Swords Dance, it can be bulky attacker, it can be just pure offensive pressure. Scizor is great. I love it. 5 points.
Yeah, definitely a nice one to have.
It gives him that one, that steel type, so that's useful too.
Yeah, so I think its only weakness is fire, right?
Yep.
So.
Only weakness fire. And thus far, there's not many fire drafted.
Just points.
Yeah, but good pick. Definitely offensive pressure all throughout Noah's team, so he's going for that kill. Moving on. Nino's round 5 was actually very interesting. He chose Carkle, 2 points.
The Carkle was definitely an interesting pick, and I think that's because they, I think Giant did bring it into one of his matches, I believe, right?
Yeah, he did bring the Carkle. I think he brought it twice in the monotype, I forget. But this was an interesting pick. I forget why Nino said he drafted this thing. Probably because he wants like that Will-O-Wisp support or something like that. I'm not too sure.
And surprisingly, it is actually kind of tanky. Like, I mean, despite its typing being Rock Fire, it's actually pretty tanky with the Eviolite.
With the Eviolite, and then if like you can guess correctly around like water type or fire type attacks, Steam Engine kicks in.
Steam Engine. Mm-hmm.
So it just becomes a fast, bulky Pokemon. Unfortunately, no recovery access to it, but that's how Pokemon is.
Yeah.
Next
It also just works as like as a setter too. So
that's right. Oh, and I believe it's also a spinner as well. Spinner, setter, burner, just utility mon, I believe. Oh, that's right. It was a utility mon. That's what you wanted. Yeah. The Low Kicks Riders drafted Electros, great Pokemon, and it's another Pokemon where you don't know what it can do because it has good special and physical attack. Though I think it's special.
It's a levitator.
It's a levitator.
Electric type levitator.
So that does give Chris that ground type immunity. Unless mode breaker.
Yeah,
Excadrill!
honestly, yeah. Honestly, though, this is a very nice mon. Like, I feel like it's also a little bit underappreciated, but I mean, there's reasons for that. I mean, just looking at its stats, like if it had slightly better stats, I think this mon would actually be a lot better.
Yeah, but I feel like Terra actually made it better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because it was, like, I enjoyed using it way back when it came out, but because of, like, its stats, it just couldn't compete with other Pokemon, but now that it can change its typing... I mean, if you change this into, like, maybe, like, Ice type, you have that Bolt Beam combo.
That's true.
Next up, Glen! 1 point.
I chose the Smeargle! So, this was a hard pick for me because I was starting to run low on points, and there was like other Pokemon that I kind of wanted to draft. I had 3 options here actually to choose for Pokemon to choose. Is it 3? 2. 3, I think. 2. I'm pretty sure it's 2. So, yeah. So like, it was either this or I mean, you guys are gonna see it anyways. So it's either my choices were between this Smeargle and a Ditto, honestly, because I mean Ditto can be fun because there's things you can do with it obviously, or there's some things that you do with it that that might help you out. And then there's Smeargle. You have a Pokemon that can learn every single move. As much as I hate this Pokemon because of the fact that it gets moody, the fact that it can learn everything, the fact that it spoiled me up when I was just a wee lad and caused me some trauma. I was not expecting to pick up this Pokemon, and then I did.
Yeah.
Then
I feel like it's a great choice for you because, like, it's another utility Pokemon, although looking at your team thus far, you're just utility-based rather than offensive pressure, so hopefully you correct that in your last rounds, You need more offensive pressure.
Yeah. And Channing wasn't in the tournament anymore, so I was free to pick it up, I guess.
Oh yeah. Also, I forgot to introduce the final team. They're gonna be at the end. You'll see it at the end of the video. But the Chanchinos. They're not participating, but they're just an honorary team. So yeah.
Yep.
The Chanchinos. They're gonna win the whole tournament. But great Pokemon. 1 point. Cheap Pokemon for you to get. Utility. Awesome. Love it. Moving on. Zach chose this for a meme.
Ah, yes.
It was for a meme. Hard.
The best.
Fucking sure. Vaporeon.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know, and if you don't know and you're underage, you better not look up.
That's true.
But Vaporeon actually gives him
Pokemon
that
and human companionship.
Fucking Zach. But with the Vaporeon, that gives Zach the Firewater Grass Core. Because his
That's true.
is grass type. And it's a bulky Pokemon, and it gets Swish, it's got Volt Absorb. I'm not Volt Absorb, Water Absorb, sorry. Water Absorb.
Yeah.
And it's great utility and defensive mon. So it's a great pick, because Zach doesn't per se have a defensive mon. He has bulky, but not a defensive mon. You know what I mean?
High HP pool, great move pool, high defense stat. This Pokemon can literally take.
Yeah, thank you for your comments there, buddy. But 6 points, Zach. In the first 4 rounds, Zach didn't really choose too expensive Pokemon, so he's able to pick up some nice Pokemon within the next couple of rounds. You'll see. Vaporeon definitely
a good pick,
especially with a certain Pokemon, a certain team in his group for the first round of groups.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you know, you know. If you don't know, read, motherfucker.
Oh well.
And ending off round 5 for the Stardust Empoleons, I chose Arboliva. Never played Arboliva, so wanted to play Arboliva. I think it's great. It's got decent bulk. Normal grass, give it some defensives. It's great utility. Seed Sower ability will give it, all, grassy terrain. Gotta be careful if I challenge Chris with this, that way he doesn't get the Grassy Glide on me. But I feel like Arboliva's just gonna help me out a lot.
It's a very nice thing, sustaining one, and you get that grassy. Well, yeah.
If I do like a big root set which has like Leech Seed, Giga Drain, Grassy Terrain, this thing will just frickin' live. Yeah, but that's the end of round 5. Gotta say though, some teams are starting to come together, others are still trying to figure out what the hell they're trying to do for sure. Yeah. Definitely the most interesting pick of all is definitely Ninos, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Ninos is definitely the most interesting pick. I think the best person to choose something as well would be Giant, the Latias.
I feel like that's probably the best pick out of the 9 that you see displayed right here. And then followed after only by like this... I'd say it followed after between Smeargle and the Vaporeon. But, yeah. Not bad. Round 5, like I said, teams are coming together. We're halfway there. If you tuned in, we'd like to thank you for tuning in thus far. It's been like an hour and 10 minutes. You're amazing. We love you. Hit that like button, please.
Definitely.
Going on into round 6 on the wheel. This is why I chose Arboliva. That's not supposed to be Sneasel. Damn it!
No, it's Sneasel now.
I chose the Sneasel. But never played Sneasler. I wanted to try it out, and Arboliva helps it out so much. Using that grassy terrain, weakens, like Earthquake. It also can proc Grassy Seed, and Sneasler's probably like second or third fastest. No, it would be like because Hisuian, Electrode, and Attack from Deoxys are the fastest. So it's like third or fourth like fastest Pokemon. With Unburden, it makes it even faster than everything.
Oh yeah.
It's a terrifying Pokemon, and it's got 2 offensive typings between fighting and poison. Not too much defenses, but that's where my defensive core comes along if you're noticing the rest of my team. But Sneasler, I feel like, is going to help me out a lot.
Definitely gonna do a lot of damage, and it does have access to that Dire Claw ability if you do run it, so prepare to get statused.
It gone status. For the Skeletorito team's 6th pick, he chose the Sylveon. Knowing Zach, and how I think, because he took the set off of me back then, you can't say otherwise because I was the first one to run it, he might run this as a Mega Tank Sylveon. It's got... Fairy type is just amazing both defensively and offensively. Sylveon has access to Wish, just like its counterpart, Vaporeon. Bulky. Sylveon's a threat.
Yep, Sylveon definitely another power pick. I believe it to be a power pick as well, because it's another evolution, so I'm a little bit biased, of course, but yeah.
Also, in my opinion, it's probably the strongest in terms of damage output because of its ability Pixelate.
This is true.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But yeah, that's Zach's 6th pick. Moving on to yours, Glenn. I was very surprised at your 6th round pick.
Forgot what I picked. The Ariados. Right. Okay, so I was missing some typings, right? So I was like, okay, what am I gonna pick here? I already picked the Smeargle here. Oh, that's right. This is the 3rd Pokemon that was in the list of what I was going to choose. It was the Ariados. I was gonna choose that one. Like that was during the Smeargle pick. Ariados, so I needed a bug type, and I know there was another bug type I think I was thinking of at the time. I think it was Vikavolt, so that I could, because it does, that thing does have a lot of high special type. But I was looking at my points, and I was like, I wonder if I could get like another 9.1. Then I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? I respect Ariados. It was like one of the favorite Pokemon I had for Gen 2 early on, because I just thought it looked really cool. And then I thought about, you know what? I'm gonna pick it up. Let's pick it up. So I picked it up.
I mean, it's not a bad Pokemon. This could be how you can control speed up for your opponent. It's got Sticky Web. I believe it also gets what's the other offensive? I forget. But it's got lots of support. It gets Toxic Spikes. I know that for sure.
Yeah,
believe
this thing is
that's
definitely going to be more for
utility.
definitely for like some kind of utility than offensive threat, and it's kind of sad a little bit because it does have the poison typing, which could be helpful against stuff like the Sylveon. But we'll see. And yeah, I wish this Pokemon had more stats, honestly.
I feel like some of the starter bugs need like just maybe like 50 more points to allocate. Just 50.
Yeah, and like this is a starter bug too that evolves at level 22, I think, if I remember correctly, or 20 something. So it's like it has a late evolve, but then its stats are like kind of
Poopy.
poo-poo.
Yeah. But it's got a pretty decent move pool. But looking forward to how you're gonna run this. So yeah,
Same.
good luck with
Same.
you and your Ariados. Moving on to the low kicks riders, we have low kicks. Enough said.
Yeah, little kicks.
This was Chris's favorite Pokemon introduced in Generation 9. He tried using it as much as he could in the monotype tournament. Sadly, it didn't perform well. It's his logo. He likes it because it's like a Kamen Rider. If you don't know what Kamen Rider is, get cultured.
Yeah, you're missing out.
Yeah. Great Pokemon, great offensive, great typing. Sadly, not the stats to help it out. But
Yeah.
I mean, looking at the rest of Chris's team, he could pull out some interesting things. We'll see. You'll see.
Yeah, I mean, this thing will hit hard on that first hit if possible.
Yeah.
It does get tinted lens as well, so I mean, granted, it's not the best ability to have, but I mean, it'll at least make all of his moves
Yeah.
normal damage, if not more.
Yeah.
So,
It'll make all quad resist into resist. It'll make all his resist into normal. Sadly, it doesn't do anything to immunity, but you can't
yeah.
fix everything, right?
Still a cool looking mod, though.
Love it though. It's shiny, a little lackluster though.
A little lackluster, but it does look more like a common rider, for
Yeah,
sure.
For sure.
With the green.
Nino's 6th pick was the Murkrow.
Murkrow.
I feel like this actually helps his team out a lot.
It does.
Because of that
Murkrow,
that dark typing, it helps out against like all the everything. It helps Nino out. Period.
Yeah, it does get the prankster ability as well. It was something that was seen in doubles early on in Scarlet and Violet because it had the prankster ability. But I mean, this thing's still pretty annoying.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying, but it's okay, Glenn. You don't have to challenge Murkrow at all.
Maybe.
No, because you're not challenging Nino.
No, I thought I have him for 1 week. No.
Well, I mean, you
for
have
1
him
week.
like you don't have to challenge him for the first 5 weeks.
Yeah,
There you
for
go.
the first
There you
5
go.
weeks.
For the first 5
Yeah.
weeks. Okay, but yeah, definitely Murkrow, great pick, love it. It's Baby Dawn. It's basically Baby Dawn.
Mm.
Yeah, great pick for Nino. For the Pecha Knights, he chose. Oh my god.
It's okay. It's fine. It's literally what it is, anyways.
You know what I think it is? I pressed F. I was like, oh, let's spell check.
Oh, I see.
Shouldn't have done that. But
That's
Berserker, it's
People get it.
yeah, Berserker, the Galarian evolution of the regional variant of Meowth. Steel types, so love it. It's kind of
It has access to Tough Claws.
Tough Claws, or it's a Steely Iron ability, or something like whatever it's called, where it boosts steel type moves of all steel types. It's got great ability. This thing's gonna hit hard. I honestly have never used one, despite it being a steel type.
It's fun to use in doubles. I can definitely say that for sure. Like, especially if you partner up with a Melmetal. Oh man, you hit things hard.
I know at the beginning of the Scarlet Violet era, a lot of people were just running like in the raids. They were running 4 Berserkers
Oh yeah.
because all of them will stack up with each other.
The Steely Spirit stacks up.
Yeah, so it's like bam, 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 bam. So yeah, definitely an interesting pick for him. I feel like compared to the rest of his Pokemon, this was a lower pick. Obviously, it being 3 points, but I think it can still do stuff. It also gives Noah a second Steel type.
That's true. And you know what, too, though? I kind of want... I think for sure he's going to bring this up if he ever goes up against Nino, because this thing is definitely going to help and hit hard.
I mean, against Nino, he's definitely bringing that Scizor more than the Berserker. But, I mean, it's still a fun mod to pick. for Cook, he chose the Fortress.
Kick.
Fortress, love that Pokemon. It's got Rapid Spin, it's got Gyro Ball, Body Press, it's got both spikes. I think it can get it's the setter. It's a hazard setter Pokemon. It gets all of them except for no, it gets all of them.
I remember now. Instead of the Clef Key, this was also the option that I was thinking about during that same round because it was another Steel type and it was a hazard setter and the spinner as well. I just ended up choosing Clef Key at that point. So.
But definitely Fortress, great pick for Giant. Love it. I hope he's happy with it and hope he plays well with it. Because
you better run Explosion in one match. Come on.
Because when you pick a Fortress, you gotta know how to play it. Because you can't just like stay in with it. Because we saw Chris do that a lot in the Monotype tournament, where he would just stay in with Fortress, and it's like, no, dude. Sometimes you gotta preserve it a little bit. But we'll see what Giant pulls out in the matches. Stay tuned for those.
It does get out just a Volt Switch, so there's definitely another way to make sure you don't keep it in. So
yeah, that's great for him. Next up, we've got the Aerial Laces drafting Gyarados. Goof, for the love of your points, choose something that's not a water type, please. You are going to get wrecked.
If he chose this over the Rotom Wash, I think if it was me, I think I would have just stuck with the Gyarados over the Rotom Wash. If not, I would have taken out the Magnezone and get Rotom Wash, because it's like I don't think he should have both, honestly, Gyarados and the Rotom Wash.
I feel like there's a contrary between his
three of those,
between his this and his previous two, because Magnezone wants to be in the rain and it wants to be slower. So that Thunder, the Analytic, Rotom Wash can, Thunder, Hydro Pump works even better in the rain. It gets Will-O-Wisp. So that happens, and then there's Gyarados, which has the Intimidate. It can be Moxie set, it can be Dragon Dance Sweeper or whatever. It hits hard in the rain as well. So I feel like there's a lot of contrary between this mon and Goof's previous two Pokemon. I'm not sure how he's going to mitigate all of this stuff or try to fix it, or unless he has like a true game plan. We'll see what happens with that. But I mean, like, Gyarados is still a great Pokemon. I just feel like he needs to stop drafting water Pokemon now. He's got 4 of them.
Yeah.
So, fix that, buddy. But Gyarados 7 points, pretty good. A lot of teams are running out of points, and you'll see what I mean when I talk about it. And finally, ending off round 6, we have Will drafting the Paldean Blaze Tauros.
Tauros, yeah.
Yeah, he took. He didn't take the Kanto version as the mascot of yours, but he did take Paldean Blaze. I feel like this is great. Firefighting, and it's a bull.
Yeah, firefighting definitely good typing. I think it's on the lower point scale too, right? Compared to like Blaziken or something.
It
starters,
is
right?
5 points.
Oh yeah, okay, so it's like 2 points. Yeah. So definitely good pick for the points. Typing is really nice. So he has another offensive threat on here.
And I believe it's got 100 base speed, if I'm not mistaken.
Definitely
so
not too
definitely he's putting in a lot of threat pressure with all his Pokemon. Although there is an overlapping weakness. Yes. But definitely, if he can outspeed and he can kill things first, then Will's in a great position. I've never run Paldean Blaze, but because it's not in Violet, but great Pokemon. I love its design. I do wish though that it was more distinguishable.
Yeah. I mean, okay, fine. The tails are there, the horns are different, but I think.
But everyone's looking for the red.
distinguished.
Like if the red was bigger, like because you know how a lot of people were trying to hunt for both the Blaze and the Aqua forms. They should have made like
it had a lot more red.
Yeah. But that's the end
I
of.
found a goddamn shiny one before I found an actual Blaze breed.
But that is the end of the round 6 picks. Gotta
I think
say,
that happened to me too. I think I found 2 shiny regular ones before I found a shiny Blaze one. Or I gave up. I think I gave up at that point.
yeah. Definitely the most interesting picks were the Berserker and the Ariados to me. Like, I never would have thought you would draft that. Same for Noah. But then again, you're trying to go for getting all types within your team.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't noticed by now, I was trying to get every single typing in my draft picks.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been a fun challenge. It kind of was. It actually pretty was.
I mean, like, even within your point systems that you have left, like, with as much points, you're still doing pretty well, so great for you, buddy.
Thank you. But I do like the picks in the Sylveon and the Sneasler as well, because as we have seen, at least with the Sneasler, it can do the damage, it can outspeed, and Sylveon already is a great pick as a mon as well, so definitely, yeah, you're seeing, you guys are seeing a lot of things here.
You're seeing a lot of synergies start to form out now.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, so after this round 6, a lot of some trainers were struggling with their points. Some forgot how much they had to draft. So this next pick for the Twilight Raiders was just a random pick. It is a 1-point Cyndaquil. I love it. I love Cyndaquil's design. Sad thing is, this thing has to join a battle. So it might.
Well, I mean, it could be work for something.
It
It does get Flash Fire. I mean, he wants to switch it in for a fire type move coming at him, which I don't think anybody would aim at him looking at his team.
Yeah,
comp
looking
right
at his
now,
team. Yeah. Oh, buddy. But I love it. I mean, like I said, I love Cyndaquil. I love its design. In my opinion, it's probably the best second gen design for starters.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this was. I believe Will said this was just a random throwaway pick because he didn't know that he had to draft up to minimum of 10 Pokemon. But that's fine. That's fine.
That's okay.
He has free agents. He has 5 free agencies until the end of week 8,
yeah,
so he could just like switch up his team. Yeah. Moving on. You see a Lucario there, right?
Yep.
Before the Lucario was there was a Jirachi. Jirachi was 9 points. So that would have left Goof 2 points. And what's the rule?
You need at least 10 Pokemon for your draft team.
So if Jirachi was 7, that means he drafts a 1 for 8, a 1 for 9, and he has 0 for 10. So I told Goof, no, you gotta change up. You cannot have Jirachi. Get rid of it because you don't have enough points. So he decided to go into Lucario. I'm seeing a lot of blue in this team.
A lot of blue.
A lot of blue. I love Lucario. I love Mega Lucario even more, just because it gave it the speed that it needs. Because if you watch it in the anime, this thing is freaking fast.
Oh yeah, awesome.
And it's got a great move pool. So can't wait to.
I am also very happy that Ash got one.
Yeah. I'm the only thing I'm not happy is that he didn't get one in the generation that Megas came out.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah.
True. At least he Mega evolved it. I guess that's something.
Yeah, that's something. But Lucario, love its design ever since its debut. Great move pool. Only thing that I wish it had was more speed. So, good pick. So we'll see what happens with that. I mean, with the rest of Goof's team, he could do Thunder Wave, he could do Choice Scarf on this thing, or he could even do Tailwind support to make Lucario even faster and more of a threat. So we'll see what he pulls out. Moving forward, Cock chose Poliwrath.
I like this pick just because it's a Poliwrath. I like this pick.
You like the Pokemon.
I like the Pokemon.
In my opinion, the pick is weak. Because to me, you only really see Poliwrath when you really wanted Rain.
That's awesome.
Because Choice Band, Swift Swim, Close Combat, and Waterfall, Poliwrath shines there.
Oh yeah.
And think its other ability is Water Absorb, so I guess like in the first round of groups, he does get to challenge Goof, so this will absorb it, but like, I feel like if he's going to have this, he needs to set up the rain if he's challenging anyone other than Goof, if he wants to use this. unless he just wants to use this as like a water absorb. But I mean, like it's something. 6 points for Poliwrath. It's decent. It's decent. I just still think it's weird with how his team composition is right now. Just for me.
I think also too that like if he did want a better option, you said it was this was 6 points.
This was 6 points.
Oh yeah, I think if he went with like the Paldean Aqua breed Tauros too, but it is another water fighting type, that probably also would have been a good idea.
Yeah, and I feel like that one hits harder, but just not a Swift Swim. So
yeah.
I mean, like we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, if he does want to trade for it, he can technically.
Yeah, he can do free agency, just not until the end of week 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we've got Ditto going to the Petronites. 1 point Ditto. You might be wondering, but wait, Ditto transforms. I don't give a shit. Ditto stats says it is a 1 point until after the season, where it will be adjusted. But Ditto, strong pick for Noah. Definitely anybody who wants to set up, be careful. Ditto will say, I take it. Friend. Great pick. I feel like this is actually a better pick over the Berserker in my opinion, by far. Because then that could have freed up like 3 more points. But yeah, still, I mean, Noah's team is looking solid. Love it. Just power. Moving on to Valiant Hearts, he chose a 6-point Gallade. Buddy, I love you. The other half of my one brain cell. I love you so much, but for fuck's sake, stop choosing fairy and psychic Pokemon now. Please.
No, he has the whole family now. He has to have the whole family now.
I love Gallade, but it needs to stop. Please. Nino.
No, he gets to draft it. He gets to pick it. That's what he wanted.
Chris's King Gambit is going to enjoy this team very much. Speaking of Chris, I'm sorry, I have no words for Nino right now.
Yeah, especially since I think Nino definitely wants to have a revenge match against Chris for bumping him down to the bottom half.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have a hard time, if anything.
Yeah. But moving on to Chris, he drafted Illumise, another prankster Pokemon being revealed within the draft.
Yeah.
Illumise, probably one of the weaker of all the prankster Pokemon really drafted thus far. It does get access to one screen, but not both screens, I believe.
Which is odd.
Yeah. That's so weird.
Yeah, but definitely this was also another like bug pick that I was thinking about too, because it was in that low point section and it did get prankster, but
Chris sniped it.
Yeah, Chris already picked it up, and I think at that point.
Well, actually, no, because you chose Ariados first.
Yeah, I chose Ariados first, and then besides that, I already had the Klefki, so this was kind of like an iffy pick, but I like I said, I wanted the bug type during that time, so. Yeah. But I went with Ariados, so.
I mean, it's the Illumise is a great pick. It can Thunder Wave. It can set up so. I forget which screen it is, but it can set up only one of them. It can do some weather stuff.
Yep.
So we'll see what Chris can pull out with this. I feel like this is a great pick, definitely. Moving on, Glenn, tell us. 5 points. Pawmot.
Okay. So I was looking for an electric type, and I said it earlier, right? I was looking at Vikavolt at one point, but I chose not to get it and ended up getting the Ariados instead. So then I thought, okay, you know what? Let's try like something else. Another option for this, if I didn't pick up the Pawmot here, I might have also picked up the Iron Hands. But when I was looking at my points again, I was thinking, no, I don't think I can do this right now. So I went with the Pawmot. After looking at its stats, though, it's actually a lot faster and does a lot of. It's actually like a very decent like physical sweeper in a sense, because it's got a good speed tier. I think it's like 105 or something, and then its attack is at like 100 something as well. So.
Yeah, but doesn't it also get like Iron Fist and whatnot?
It gets Iron Fist. It
Yeah,
gets
so
Volt Absorb.
you could do Iron Fist with the punching glove, make it your punches even more
Oh yeah,
devastating.
making the punches even more devastating. And it also has access to Survival Blessing, so that's always another option to use.
Yeah,
Too.
so definitely a fun Pokemon. I just hate how you have to evolve it in the game.
Yep, very true.
Stupid evolution method, in my opinion. Yeah, but I like it. It's how much was it that I said this was? 5 points. So good for you, buddy. Moving on to Zach's pick. He chose
Morpeko! I like this pick too, though.
So these are all the Pokemon home sprites that I found. But Morpeko, great. Electric Dark Pokemon, hangry. Enough said. 3 points in Morpeko. I love it.
Yep.
Look
Aura
at-
Will is definitely going to be an annoying attack, though.
Yeah. I mean, for a certain someone.
Yeah, and especially if he does that one strat with it as well, so it's going to be annoying.
Yeah. But Zach definitely has the most interesting. He definitely has the most interesting team, but it looks like out of all the teams drafted thus far, this one looks like the fun team.
Yeah, I agree. Zach's team is definitely the fun team.
Definitely
The fun team that's going to stomp over people.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I'll be seeing it from the floor.
Unfortunately, I won't see it until like maybe playoffs if both of us make it. And then to end off round 7, I chose Minior. I like Minior. And Minior is 4 points. I felt like I needed something else that could do stuff. Minior, you never know what it can do. It's another Pokemon that can do whatever it wants. And yeah, I can't wait to show everyone what color it is when it hatches.
Oh yeah, you should pick a different one, yeah, for each battle.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna pick for each of its battles that it's in. I'm choosing a different color.
Heck yeah, let's go.
But that's the end of round 7. Definitely, Morpeko is my favorite pick.
For me, I'm not sure honestly, because I do like the Morpeko pick as well. And then I think I was saying it earlier too. The Poliwrath.
Oh, the Poliwrath. Yeah.
Yeah, just because it's Poliwrath, like I'm a little bit biased because it's I do like that one.
Yeah. I mean, Poliwrath has its ups and downs, but I feel like Giant has to really work well with Poliwrath to get it to be optimal.
And if he can make it shine, then all the more power to him. Because like I said, I like that mon, so if he can make it shine, that'd be great.
Yeah. Gotta love it. Okay, on the wheel pick, I chose for round 8, I chose female Indeedee. Psychic Surge. So mixed in with Sneasler, I have 2 accesses for it. I can either do the grassy terrain or the psychic terrain. You'll never know until the battle happens. And if I choose Sneasler. Also, Indeedee, it's great support Pokemon, gets screens, and it's also, like, looking at my team, my team is very versatile in how it looks. I could be either a fast hitter, or I could be Trick Room, you never know. So, I like the Indeedee pick. For me, it's a 4 point. When I was choosing Indeedee, because I did want the Psychic Surge, because the only 2 that you get are the male and the female, I wanted the female a little bit more, because it had more bulk, and I feel like I need more bulk.
You can't be wrong with more bulk.
Only downside is that it doesn't get this female version doesn't get the expanding force, so it's a trade-off.
That's a good side.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do like it. I do like the pick. I am biased towards the Indeedees as well. When they first showed up in Gen 8, I was like, oh, I gotta have these Pokemon. I need so much jokes.
To be honest, they kind of scared me when so I never played them, but now that I've seen them in like VGC and singles, I enjoy them more. Yeah, but I feel like a great pick for me. Helps solidify my team a little bit more. I have like minimum 2 more Pokemon and 5 points left, so yay. Zach's next pick is the Midnight form Lycanroc.
That's another pick I can be biased to because that thing is like definitely the like not the number one pick if you go for a Lycan Rock, right? For everybody.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
usually the Dusk form or
It's
Midday.
the dusk form first, and then it's the midday, and then it's midnight. But this is Zach. He's playing a fun team. Who knows what the hell kind of shenanigans he's gonna pull? And plus, Terra just makes Pokemon better.
So I really like this pick too. Like
Yeah.
Midnight is like I always liked Midnight over Midday, if anything, when it first showed up because
The
it was
appearance
a lot
wise,
more edgier. Yeah, appearance wise, I thought it was a lot better. But
beggars can't be choosers sometimes.
yeah, especially since Midday gets Axel Rock. I mean, come on.
Alright. I mean, doesn't Midnight get Sucker Punch?
It gets Sucker Punch, I think. Yeah.
I do wish it became a Rock Dark type Pokemon though.
Yeah, that was a little bit odd. Like it just kept the rock typing only. Rock Dark probably would have been a lot better.
Yeah, although that quad
yeah,
weak
that-
to fighting, but I mean
Yeah,
like,
that quad week to fighting probably not the greatest, but
but I mean like, it would have been awesome, giving it better coverage and whatnot.
oh yeah.
Moving forward, Glenn, tell us. Articuno, Galarian.
Galarian Articuno. Okay,
9
so this was
points.
my 9-point pick. Like I was saving for a Pokemon pick that I can get like 9 points on, and then I just couldn't decide. Like I got the oh my god, I got the Palmot already. I was looking at Zapdos first, but then I ended up picking up the Palmot. And then like I was looking through the list, I'm like, okay, what am I missing? What am I missing? What types am I missing? And then I was missing a Psychic type. So then my options actually, if I didn't pick up the Galarian Articuno, there was, and as you can also see as well, I don't have a grass type yet. I was also looking at the, what the hell is it called? Calyrex. Calyrex would have been my pick here if I didn't pick up the Galarian Articuno. But I wanted to get a flying type already at this point, so I was like, you know what? I always wanted to try out this mon, so I'm gonna pick it.
Yeah.
So I picked the Galarian Articuno.
And getting a flying type at this point actually helps you out because you have no immunity to ground.
Yeah, I have no ground type immunity. I have a resist. Oh yeah, actually. Yeah.
No, you have no resistance.
Well, I have one immunity technique that I could use, but I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
Or but yeah.
But I mean, like, Galarian Articuno is a strong pick. I'd actually, like we said, I'd pick this one over like the Zapdos and whatnot, and even over Calyrex. Calyrex's move pool isn't that great until you merge him with
It's not that great.
with one of the horses.
It's not that great.
Yeah. So
But I was like, I wouldn't mind trying to make it work too.
so yeah, Galarian Articuno, great pick. Love it. I love its design. It's so cool.
It's also edgy.
It's edgy, like our resident edgelord.
Heck yeah.
Moving on, the low kicks riders. You see a Gastrodon? It wasn't supposed to be a Gastrodon. It's supposed to be a Torkoal. But remember that trade we talked about earlier?
Yep, we
Yeah.
had that trade earlier.
So
Because apparently this was a Pokemon I sniped from Chris as well. That's why. So
yeah. So Chris in round 8 actually chose a Torkoal, but he traded it with Glen later on before the draft ended. So now he has a Gastrodon. Gastrodon, I feel like, is great for Chris. It does give him electric and water immunity, great staller recovery.
Yawn.
Yawn. Fucking Glen. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to help Chris out too much in offensive pressure compared to the rest of his team. But I mean, like, Gastrodon's still a staple in like lots of bulky teams, so congratulations on Chris on being
I
able
think
to
if anything, it definitely gives him another special attacker to use because it looks like his team is mostly physical attackers.
yeah,
right
like the
now,
Rabombi, the Electros, and then the Gastrodon, if anything, because Electros can be either one.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless that King Gambit is special.
Oh, that's true. You were mentioning it earlier.
Yep. Okay, but yeah, that was a Torkoal, but it's now a Gastrodon, so I feel like that's a decent trade.
Mhm.
Yeah. And now, Nino's team. Do you think he's gonna draft another Fairy or another Psychic Pokemon?
Looking at the list here, I totally forgot.
Ah,
But I am not gonna look at the list. But huh?
he technically he did not draft a Psychic or a Fairy. However, this thing gets access to Mega, so I will still count this as a Fairy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for this tournament in general, he's not gonna be able to mega, of course. course.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it does have that.
It's an honorary fairy type.
It's an honorary fairy type.
But Altaria gives him, another ground immunity, dragon typing. Altaria is just like really weird. It can do lots of things, yet it's competent in things, yet not a master in everything.
Why do I feel like this thing gets baton pass?
I don't.
I'm gonna have to check.
I don't think it does. Altaria's 5 points, but I mean, this is a great pick for Nino. Altaria's just fluffy. It should have gotten the ability fluffy.
Yeah, I feel like that could have been.
Why does this thing not get fluffy? That's
Thank
stupid.
God it doesn't get baton pass.
It gets Cloud 9. I don't understand why it gets Cloud 9.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Cloud9 is a really weird.
It's
ability,
super
but
weird.
I guess it helps.
It's super weird.
Maybe not for this month.
Yeah.
Not for this month.
But we'll see what Nino has to do with the Altaria. Moving forward, the Pechen Knights have chosen Dreadnought. I think this is even weirder than the Berserker pick, in my opinion.
I will also say that I do like this pick. I have a water bias, guys.
Oh no! I'm
I
saying
have an
this is
evolution and
I'm
a
saying
water
this is
bias.
weirder than the Berserker pick. I actually prefer the Berserker over this pick.
It's
Cause Dreadnought
maybe he
can
was just looking for a water type at this point. Yeah, he has this water fire grass core now.
Yeah, but that he does have that core, so maybe
Actually,
he
he
was
has a
trying to go
lot
for
of
that.
physical monsters in it.
Yeah, he has too much physical. Yeah, his only special mon would be the Sceptile and the Ditto if it transforms, and also
and
the Petron.
Petron
Yeah,
a
but
little
Petron's
bit,
not
because-
Petron's not too physical. Not too offensive.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. It's not too offensive.
So I feel
The
like
hex will hurt.
maybe he should have drafted a special attacker here rather than a Dreadnought. Yeah. Plus, looking at his team, his team is still in a weird speed area. His only true fast Pokemon is a Sceptile.
Yeah, Dreadnought does have access to Swift Swim as well, so if we can get the rain up too as well, maybe pull off something. I don't think anything here can cast rain, as far as I know, unless the Ditto somehow gets it.
I don't think it does either, but Dreadnought's interesting, yet at the same time I feel like I would have preferred a special attacker here for Noah.
Special attacker.
Yeah. But I mean, he drafted it, he might have some plans for it, so we'll see what happens. Next up, Cock chose
Yeah.
Houndoom. Ah.
Houndoom. I'm also biased towards this one.
I like its design, but I don't know what Giant's trying to do with this team. If you look at the rest of our teams, a lot of what we're doing has already been solidified in what we're trying to do. Like, my team is trying to have all those synergies between the Pokemon. Zach's got the fun team. Like, his team looks way more fun than this. Chris has got a bunch of threats, yet none of them synergize together. You have a bunch of your favorite doubles Pokemon.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened here. I mean, I can definitely make something work here. I think it's not the best synergy, but I can make it.
Yeah, but the Houndoom compared to the rest of his picks, I don't see how this fits in all too well. Maybe he wanted a fire type Pokemon.
Probably. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, Giant did say he was kind of similar going with what I was doing, so I think he was trying to get mons with all different typings as well. But I guess, yeah.
That would explain it.
Yeah, but I guess at this point though, I guess he just couldn't think about some synergistic stuff when he's doing it. Yeah. But
Well,
I mean, I think he tried his best trying to do that.
I mean, Houndoom's great offensive typing. It's at a weird speed tier. It gets Sucker Punch. Sadly, it lost Pursuit. Pursuit would have helped it out tremendously.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, just fire attacks are gonna hurt. So, I mean, it would be funny if he Terras into grass or ice or even bug or steel, and because of the flash fire, he's immune to it.
That's true.
So, Houndoom, interesting pick. Yeah, personally, not my favorite pick here for sure.
Well, this is definitely one of his faster mons.
Uh,
In a
I mean,
sense.
I mean,
in a
he's got
sense.
3 fast mons already. He's got the Whimsicott,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Kilowattra, and the Latias.
Yeah.
I feel like he should have gotten something with more oomph in offense pressure. You know? Its typing is offensive, but like its stats say otherwise.
Yeah. I got the better fire dark type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best fire dark type Pokemon. Moving on, Goof has drafted the Chansey. Now, I told him, you have 2 options. You could do if you wanted to just cap out at 10 Pokemon, you could do a 3-1-1 pick, or you can do a 2-2-1 pick. He went with the 3-1-1 pick, so he chose Chansey. Chansey is a great Pokemon. Unfortunately, it dies to anything physical.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, like, great utility. It can Stealth Rock, Seismic Toss,
Sets up screens,
Thunder
for
Wave,
sure.
Screens. It can pass Wish. I think it gets Wish.
Oh, it can definitely use Seismic Toss from what we saw Channing do.
Yeah,
If it survives long enough.
it's got things. It's definitely got things.
Yeah. And it can also set weather too, I think, right? So
Yeah,
that's
but
not-
like looking at this team, you wouldn't use Chance to set the weather for sure. This would be the thing that's like, I take hits, I heal, and then bye. But
Here's an egg.
yeah, here's an egg. Take it. You're unhappy. Here's an egg.
Here you go.
And then for the final pick of the round 8, Twilight Raiders chose the Vivillon. I hope in every battle that this Vivillon is in, it's in a different form.
That would be cool.
Personally, my favorite form, of course, is the Pokeball form, because why not?
Pokeball form definitely really nice and definitely a rare one to get as well.
Yeah, it hits hard. I love it. Vivillon, interesting pick. I forgot what Vivillon does, but I remember it was a menace to my Chespin in X and Y.
It was definitely one of the Pokemon that I had on my team during my Y playthrough as well, because I wanted to have a bug type. I wanted to have a flying type. I was like, what better way than a bug flying type? Too bad it was not great for sky battles.
Yeah, and I kind of love how its design gives it like that pixel look.
Yeah, the pixel look was a very nice touch.
I love that part about it.
Yeah.
Definitely my favorite starter bug.
Yeah.
At least design-wise.
Design wise for sure. Yeah, design wise for sure.
As a collector in the game, pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass, because all of us are here in Hawaii.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we also kind of got a hard one to get to, right? I think
Yeah.
Paradise form too. So.
But that's the end of the round 8 drafts. Definitely a lot of interesting picks and fun picks, and I don't know what to say about this, honestly.
I don't either. I just feel like the picks here were just like everybody's down to like the last amount of points that they can use to get something, and yeah,
They're
have
just trying
I
to
think
pick
they-
something good before anybody else can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause you got a good one for sure.
I mean, like, I told you already, like, I'm trying to find synergies within my team. And as you've seen my draft, there's lots of synergies that happen with them. Zach's choosing lots of fun Pokemon. You're choosing all the typings. Giant's choosing all typings. Neo's choosing fairy and psychic Pokemon.
And he's doing the best that he can with the rest.
Yeah. Noah's choosing offensive threats. Chris is choosing Pokemon that he likes. Goof is choosing water Pokemon. Will's choosing
What he can.
what he can.
I think too though, like at least in terms of Will, like he does have that threat already. So like
Yeah. Just having that threat already makes his team terrifying.
yeah. So,
Everything
like,
else is so basically it's Team Deoxys and his 5 things that will make sure he wins.
Yeah. I think as long as he keeps that Deoxys alive, I think that definitely it's gonna be like
It's gonna be an
Yeah.
uphill battle.
that's definitely gonna be one of his like biggest win cons for sure.
Yeah, so terrifying. Yeah, we're down to the final 2 rounds because nobody drafted more than 10 Pokemon. But if you've been keeping score, Will has 9 points left. Goof has 2 points left. Kak has 4 points left.
Yeah.
Noah has 7 points left. Nino has 2 points left. Chris has 10 points left. Glenn, you have 11 points left. Zach has 14 points left, and I had 5 points left. So it's coming down to the wires. Everyone who has over like 10 points is definitely going to draft a 9-pointer here just to try to get that, you know.
Wait, was it 11 points left?
Yeah, you had
For
11. Yeah, you had 11 points left, and you will know why when you see your draft picks.
Oh.
Yeah, but moving on into round 9, Will, Twilight Raiders, chose the Skarmory. I love this Pokemon. This is a great pick. This is a great pick considering looking at the rest of his team. He needs this fucking pick.
Yeah, he needs another wall here besides the rock type, and Skarmory is a good one. Definitely a good one.
Yeah, because then the Garganacl, with the right Terra, can be his special defensive, and then the Skarmory can be his Fizz defensive. But he definitely needed something else. Because Vivillon is not going to live much against things that have ground type attacks, because things that have ground type attacks also have other attacks that can hurt you really
Usually
hard.
a rock type moves.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Skarmory, great pick. It also helps him set up some hazards. It can whirlwind anything that tries to set up. It's got Roost, Sturdy. Great pick. I love it, Will.
It's got Roost and Sturdy. That's a stupid combo,
Right.
honestly.
And if you don't like the Sturdy, if you like the weak armor, go with the weak armor. So,
Go with the weak armor.
I'm very happy with this pick for Will. Very happy.
Same.
Alrighty, moving next. Goof with his 1 point, because he has 2 Pokemon left, so he has 2 points, so he has to draft 1-1. He chose a Beldum. He could have chosen.
Not the best 1 point.
He could have chosen
definitely-
literally anything else other than Beldum.
Yeah, there's actually some like middle stage evolutions that he could have picked.
Honestly, I think Duosion. Duosion is a 1-point Pokemon.
Duosion would have been good. Yeah,
That would have been
I saw
amazing
that
in
on the
this.
list too. Yeah.
But he chose a Beldum. Because Goof is playing with things that he knows. And Duosion's Gen 5, because,
Gen 5.
yeah, so he should know Duosion. But I
He
feel,
knows Greninja, he definitely knows Duosion.
yeah. But definitely, if you were going Psychic Pokemon, I would choose Duosion over the Beldum for sure, just because, you know, you slap on a Violet, it's got Recover, it can Trick Room, it can... Great Pokemon. I love Jelly
Pokemon.
Baby. Jelly Baby is awesome.
Yeah, Jelly Baby was a good Pokemon. Like when I first saw it, I was like, I'm glad this Pokemon is here, just because it's actually a very unique design and everything.
And then it gets
Yeah.
Magic Guard.
Magic Guard would have been really nice.
Fucking love it. Jelly Baby. I was thinking of getting Jelly Baby, but I was like, no, let's go with some other stuff. But yeah, we're almost there. Oh my gosh, we're at like 2 hours. Okay, let's try to wrap this up now.
Let's go.
Okay. Next up, Cockachos Piloswine. I love this Pokemon. It's a great pick. Eviolite, it can set up some stuff, and Ice Ground is just a great offensive typing.
Yeah, I was looking at this one too, because like I have seen it in like some single stuff online, and it does work. It can definitely do a lot of work.
It can do stuff, so I'm happy with this pick. But he's still not getting that super offensive pressure that we talked about earlier.
His comp so far seems like I need to whittle them down first, and then I can like hit them hard enough. That's what it's starting to seem like.
Yeah, his only true sweepers here would be the Golurk and the Latios.
Yeah.
That would be it. But I feel like he should have added maybe like one more offensive pressure for sure.
Yeah, maybe if you can get off a belly drum off of that Snorlax, maybe.
Yeah. Next up, Pecha Knights chose Azumarill for 2 points. You might be wondering, why is it 2 points when it usually runs huge power? Fuck it. Stats say 2 points.
Yeah, I would have loved this pick as well, but I didn't pick Left Peter earlier.
This is another great pick for Noah. A lot of just looking at Noah, he's just going pure threats. He doesn't care about walls. He's just going to hit you hard, and it's gonna hit hard.
It's gonna hit hard. It's definitely gonna hit hard.
Definitely gonna hit hard. Great pick. Great pick. Belly drum or even just choice band set. Terrifying.
Definitely, this Pokemon probably would have been a better pick over
The Dreadnought.
The Dreadnought for sure, and you could have picked something else.
Yeah, but I still feel like he needs a freaking special attacker. Cause you know what walls his entire freaking team? My Corviknight, once I get iron defenses up.
Oh, your Corviknight for sure. I think Will's team will also wall his too.
No, Will's just gonna send out the fucking Deoxys and kill everything.
Oh, that's also true. That is also true.
Nothing fucking lives against his Deoxys.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, moving on to Nijo. Nijo's choosing another fairy type. In Hattrem. God damn it, Nijo.
I guess I get Magic Bounce still.
It's because he had 2 points and yeah, Magic Bounce.
Magic Bounce. I think it also still has access to like what the Swords Dance and Baton Pass. So
yes, it should still have
just like what he
access to
did.
that.
Yeah, so if he does that again, just like he did in the multi-tournament, then I guess this is a fine thing, I guess. But yeah, it's like
Hatchem's a great Pokemon, but god damn it, you stop choosing Psychic Fairy Pokemon. Damn it, man.
The bias is strong here, I think, for this, but I'll have to give him respect for actually doing this.
I mean, if he can make his team work, that's fine and dandy, but like, come on, Glenn, even you wouldn't do this to yourself.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I chose a different route.
You chose
a different route to suffer.
You chose a different route to suffer. Okay. Moving on to the Lokix Riders, Chris drafted another prankster Pokemon, Sableye. Sableye probably top 3 of the prankster Pokemon out here that we have drafted so far. It gets Recover, it gets Will-O-Wisp, it gets Screens, it gets Curse.
Definitely good if it was on a doubles team too, because he gets access to Quash, and oh my god, it is lovely.
And then it's got that great typing in Dark and Ghost, so only thing it's weak against is Fairy, so this thing dies to Nino.
Yep, this thing would die to Nino.
This thing dies to Nino for sure. And
if Nino's team doesn't die by the King Gambit first, if anything.
yeah, I want to say it also gets Parting Shot, which is nice. But
It does
yeah.
get access to weather moves as well, so there's that too.
Yeah, so that's gonna help out. But still, not a lot of other stuff that gives Chris that speed that we were talking about earlier. So hopefully he fixes that.
Yeah, 2 prankster bombs now. So.
Yeah. So Glenn, you had 11 points left. This is your number 9. Ogerpon at 7 points.
Ogerpon Cornerstone. So this was a Pokemon that was recommended to me by my friend too. He's like, I want you to get the Ogerpon Cornerstone. I was thinking about it real hard because if I didn't pick up the like at this point, like I was thinking, damn, if I didn't pick up the Galarian Articuno, I probably would have picked up the Terrakion, honestly. Like I might have actually picked up Terrakion here. But then when I thought about it too, I was like, you know what? Cornerstone sounds like a fun pick actually. It's got the grass typing that I'm still missing and the rock typing that I'm still missing. There's no other grass rock types here as far as I know. So
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
what I went with.
Yeah, the only other grass rock type Pokemon is Cradily, and Lileep and Cradily. It's not in Scarlet Violet, but Ogerpon
That would have
definitely
been a good pick too.
definitely a huge threat. Also gotta be careful I don't use grassy terrain with this thing, cause fuck you, Glenn.
Yeah.
It's got that weird speed tier. Like, you have 2
Yeah,
fast
like
Pokemon,
it's
but like,
pretty fast for like a rock type too, right?
yeah, it's pretty fast, but not fast enough. But it still
Yeah.
hits hard, and it's tanky too. So, all in
Yeah,
all,
that's good
great
stuff.
pick. Love it. It's sturdy, and it also has Spiky Shield, Leech Seed, Sword Stance, IG Cudgel. And I believe when you Terra, or no, not Terra, I believe it has Mold Breaker as its ability. Or was
No,
that
I
the
think
fire
that's
one?
only
No,
that's the
that's
fire one.
sturdy.
That's
Oh, sturdy.
Sturdy.
Oh, the
It's
fire
sturdy,
one has
yeah.
Mold Breaker.
The fire one has Mold Breaker, yeah.
I feel like the sturdy's not gonna help you. I'm not gonna be too great here.
It kind of
but
depends.
yeah,
We'll see We'll see.
We'll
Maybe
see.
I can make it work.
yeah.
We'll see.
Zach with 14 points left decided to blow out his 9-pointer in the form of, why does that say Excalibur?
That's okay because it's technically what it's kind of based off anyway.
Fuck you. Oh, correct. But definitely, great pick for Zach. This thing's a menace. We've seen Zach use it in the monotype tournament, scale shots, or even just a DD and loaded dice. Definitely. Ice Dragon makes it purely offensive. while not really giving it much defenses.
If I didn't go for the Dragapult, I probably would have picked this up too. Because it's got the ice typing that I also need, and it's just a good mod.
It's a great mod. I love this pick. This works out for him, especially since he's our resident dragon guy.
Yep.
Yeah, so proud of that. So that leaves Zach with 5 points. Great, and because we're going into round 10, he's gonna immediately choose another Pokemon right after I choose my wheel pick. But I feel like this gives him like that other offensive pressure that he needs for the rest of his team. Because right now, looking at his team, his true offensive pressures are the Skeleturge, the Sylveon, the Lycanroc, this, and the Kricketune.
Mm-hmm.
You might say, why Kricketune? Don't fear that. You better fear that. Whoop.
Yeah. When you hear that sound at night,
if you don't fear it, something is wrong with you.
You better run.
Yeah. Run, bitch, run. Okay, so for me, for my 9th pick, I have 5 points left, so I broke it down 2 and 3. So my 2-point pick, I chose Girder. Girder's going to be such a huge menace and everything, because like it can still hit hard. It's got like 105 attack, and then put a Violet on this thing. It's bulky, add in some other supports, and I believe it still gets guts as well. So if you status this thing, it's going to hurt even more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I felt like Girder was like probably the best thing I could draft right now, considering the rest of my team. Unfortunately, it's not a fast Pokemon like I would want, but given how my team is, I feel like I can make it work.
Yeah, it does get access to Mach Punch, so if you do need some kind of speed, then you have that.
Yeah, but those are the round 9 picks. Definitely most interesting pick here would be Goose Beldum.
That would be the most interesting pick. Yeah.
In terms of the best picks, I'd say it's the Skarmory and the Baxcalibur.
I would have to agree there too as well. The Skarmory and the Baxcalibur.
Because those help out those teams so much. Like, even though everyone else chose great Pokemon, I feel like they're lacking things that they really need. Like, no one needs a fucking special attacker. Nino needs to stop choosing a fairy psychic Pokemon. Giant is in that middle range where, it's good, but it's not good enough. Because I feel like he needs more speed. No, he has some speed. He needs more oomph. Sorry, he needs a little more oomph. Chris chose another Prankster Pokemon, which is, personally, I'd rather choose this over, like...
I think this over the Illumise.
Yeah, so maybe he could, like, free agency the Illumise, who knows. I mean, and then for you, the Cornerstone is amazing. Just amazing. Like,
hopefully I can do stuff.
Yeah. And because it's in that weird speed tier, it's, like, weird.
Yeah.
But we're going into... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I just want to say I am looking forward to using it though, because that's like the only form I haven't used yet.
I've never used an Ogre Pokemon, period, so yeah. Can't wait to see what everyone else is gonna do. We're moving into round 10. Nobody did any drafts after round 10, so these are the final rounds because a lot of us just had blew the rest of our points. For my wheel pick, I decided to go with Granbull to finish off, to help round out my team. It gives me that fairy typing. It's got Intimidate. I believe it also gets Guts, or was it Sheer Force, one of the two. It's got such a great move pool. You put on like an Assault Vest on this thing with the Intimidate, it's bulky as hell. So I actually like this pick for Granbull. Much needed.
Yeah, the Pokemon that should have appeared in Galar, but they're like, nah.
Right. But yeah, I feel like I'm very happy with my picks right here. Even though there were some Pokemon I would have wanted, but like, yeah, I can make this work. I am very happy with this. What do you think
There's
of?
no doubt there.
Yeah, what do you think?
There's definitely no doubt there. I think your team is definitely well rounded out. Like you have like you knew what you're going for. I want to say you knew what you're going for, and you're definitely like the synergy is definitely there. So once again, you're still one of the contenders to like take top, if not at least make it to the finals, I think. So
Yeah. But yeah, that is my draft, so stay tuned for Stardust and Polians. Unfortunately, we have a bye in week 1, so you'll see us in week 2. next up, we got Zach finishing off his team with the 5-pointer Malamar. Zach, you're here. Tell us.
Oh, he refused.
Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind then.
He refuses.
Never mind then. He chose the Malamar. I feel like this is a another fun Pokemon to choose just because of that contrary with the superpower. You slap an AV on this thing, it's even more of a threat. So
and then also get stellar typing now. So for those of you who don't know, if you haven't tried it, you should try it out. Then you'll know.
Stellar typing just makes it a little better, but personally, yeah, the stellar typing is only against other stellars. Because honestly, it does, like, if you're just gonna use stellar, like, if you're primarily trying to go for stellar typing, you're better just using superpower, you know?
There is no save switch in for stellar. Nothing can resist it.
Except Pokemon that aren't stellar.
No! Stellar is neutral to everything.
It's neutral to well, except for,
no, it's neutral to everything.
Except for non-Terra Ghost-type Pokemon.
No, it's neutral to everything.
No. It's a normal
Yes.
Wait.
It's neutral to everything.
Oh, right. It changed. Oh, sorry. I was just thinking of Terra Blast just still being normal. That's my bad. I'm stupid. We've also been going on this recording for like 2 hours.
That's true.
Although, because I thought Pokemon that weren't Terra can resist Stellar type.
You know, I have no idea. The stellar typing.
No, Pokemon that are Terra take extra damage from stellar.
Yeah, they take super effective damage, actually.
Okay, that one I remember. But that's about it.
Yes.
Yeah. But looking at Zach's team, he's definitely got a very interesting team. Only fast thing on his team, though, is that Electrode. But, I mean, like, Excalibur can set up, make it faster. He's got a bunch of slow Pokemon.
Can also get faster.
Crackle can get a bit faster, but it doesn't have that sustainability or that, you know, durability to make it last long.
It can probably live for sure, though.
Yeah, for a little bit, but not too much. But definitely, in my opinion, the most fun team that's been drafted thus far.
Yeah, definitely.
Ending off your team, Glenn, you chose my second favorite penguin. Sorry, my third favorite penguin.
Ice Cube. Originally, this pick was supposed to be a Alolan Sandslash because I was missing an Ice-type Pokemon at this point. But because I was able to get the, since I traded off the Gastrodon and then I was slowly looking at my Water Ground type in Quagsire, I had enough points to get the Ice Cube. So I ended up getting the Ice Cube. I thought about it, like, I wanted to use this Pokemon at one point, and, like, I don't know, it was just one of the few ice types that I could pick up with my points left over. So I was like, you know, let's give it a shot. It's pure ice. I could just tear it if anything, if I needed to. So we'll see how this goes.
There's definitely going to be shenanigans with your Ice Cube and the rest of your team. I gotta say, your team is in that weird position of, like, it's trying to do everything. Like, it's what's the phrase? Something in everything, master at none.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
That's
right?
what it's starting to seem. Yeah. It's starting to seem like that jack of all trades kind of.
Yeah, jack of all trades type of team.
Yeah.
But definitely, like, you can pretty much bring whatever you want depending on who you're challenging and pray. Honestly, just pray.
Yeah. We're just gonna have to see how this works.
Yeah, but definitely,
Maybe I can think of something.
I feel like you can make things work. You got this, buddy. Next up, the Low Kicks Riders have 9 points, so Chris decided, you know what, I'm gonna blow all 9. He chose Volcanion. Personally, I feel like he should have drafted another 9-pointer, because that's already 3 water types.
That's true.
That's
true.
too many.
I mean, he has the Fire Grass Water tree. In a sense, he technically also has, like, this. Actually, he doesn't have a dragon type this game.
Nope.
I probably could have gone for a dragon type.
I feel like for what was left in the 9 pointers, though, he could have picked something else. Let's say, like, what else was in 9 points? He could have chosen regular Deoxys.
Yeah.
He could have chosen Garchomp.
Garchomp would have been a good one. He could have also gotten the Hisui and Gudra. I'm actually surprised.
Yeah.
That would have been a good tank for him, I think, tier 2.
He also could have gotten Latios.
Oh, that's true.
He could have gotten Latios, Heatran. There were so many 9-point Pokemon that he could have gotten, and then he chose this. It's like, it's not a bad Pokemon,
It's not.
but I feel like he could have gotten something else.
Yeah.
But like, as like, it's his pick, so whatever works out for him. But definitely, speed control is something he'll have to work on in order to make his team work. Because I don't think anything gets Trick Room.
Not as far as I know. I mean, he can cast Tailwind, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like, what's his face? Sableye.
Sableye might. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
We'll see what
He's gonna
happens.
have
But
yeah.
definitely speed is something that he has to worry about. He's got bulk, but he doesn't have speed. Aside from the Ribombee, but Ribombee can't hit super hard. And then, lastly, well, not lastly, Nino's last Pokemon is, guess what? Another fairy.
Morgrem. Okay, I mean, he gets Prankster, I think. I guess that's something. He has another Prankster mod.
Yeah, but Glen. I want you to look at something, okay?
Yeah.
Screens.
Screens.
He didn't need this shit. Oh, Nino, I love you. I'm going to eat your team with my Empoleon. But Morgrem, great Pokemon. Dark typing actually gives it that immunity to Prankster Pokemon because of its Dark typing, because Dark types cannot be Prankstered. It is another fairy. It's another fairy. That's all I can say.
That's another fairy.
But it's what he wants, like he takes. So yeah, that's that. Next up, Noah's last Pokemon. Noah has 5 points left, but he decided not to. He only picked up a 4-point Pokemon and decided not to drop an 11-point Pokemon. So his last Pokemon, if you saw a little earlier because I clicked ahead, is Camerupt. Finally, a special attacker, but
I
not the best special attacker that he could have
yeah,
chose.
I will also say I'm a little bit biased to Camerupt as well, just because like I just think it's a pretty like fire ground type, and it's a cow. I can't hate it. It's got volcanoes on it.
I'm sorry. It's a what now?
Is it not a cow?
Camel.
Right. I don't know why I was thinking cow.
Glenn, it's okay. We're not thinking. Glenn, we've been talking for 2 hours. We're not thinking right now. It's just we're 2 hours in,
Right.
and it's like almost 11 o'clock at the time of finishing this recording.
It could have been a cow.
Yeah, could have been a
But
cow,
it's okay.
but it's not. But yeah, definitely great offensive typing. Defensive typing though, not the
Yeah,
best.
defensive typing. I mean, yes, there is the Terra typing as usual, but we'll see if he can.
Yeah.
I guess.
But it's also another slow mon on his side too, so we'll see how he plays with the camera up. But still, I wish he picked up another special attacker. But yeah, Noah's team is just pure power, just pure power.
Well, we'll definitely see after this first week or couple weeks, right? Since free agency will be open at that point.
Yeah,
So we'll see
after the
what
first week,
everybody
yeah.
does.
So that's Noah's team, pure power, great for him. He loves it. He's happy with it. That's all we care about. And then moving on, 3 more teams, Glenn. We're almost done here.
Yes, we're almost done.
We're almost done. Oh my god. Finishing off, Cox's team is a 1-pointer. God damn it. Fuck you, autocorrect. It's a Glimmet. I don't know why he chose this, but he chose it.
How much points did he have left for this?
1.
Oh,
He could have chosen a Duosion and got that Trick Room. He could have gotten that Trick Room. Because
I guess
honestly,
he wouldn't have picked it since he does have the Psychic type in Latias, but I mean...
no, but honestly, looking at Glimmet, like, whatever it can do, Fortress can do better.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
looking at his team, I would have gone with something that gives you Trick Room.
Yeah, Devotion would have been good.
Duosion would have been a great pick because then it helps out Snorlax, it helps out Golurk, Piloswine.
I think even Bronzor would have been good here for his pick too, if anything.
That would have
If
been
he
good.
wanted to.
Yeah, that would have been a nice one. Okay. Sorry, catching breath. Goof's last Pokemon with 1 point. He chose a Pikachu. Finally, something that is not water. Pikachu
They're
here.
electric type though.
Yeah. However, Pikachu can get Volt Absorb.
This is true. Wait, what's the start? Lightning Rod.
Lightning Rod. It can get Lightning Rod, which helps out all those freaking water types.
Yeah, and while boosting itself in the process, so...
Yeah, and then you can slap on either, like, you could give this thing like a Focus Sash, or you can slap on a Light Ball. I personally go with the Light Ball, because it's got like a base 95, speed, and so that should outspeed certain Pokemon, because it is a draft format. We know what Pokemon are ahead, so yeah, that helps out.
And if you wanted to, it could also work as a physical attacker as well. I mean, it's not the greatest physical, but it's still something.
I mean, are you taking a Volt Tackle from this thing? A Light Ball Volt Tackle?
I mean, I wouldn't want to.
It's okay, Glenn. You got that ground immunity.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take it if I can call it right and switch into the quick side.
Yeah, but definitely, I feel like
It does get Play Rough, and it does get
Grass Knot. It gets Grass Knot
don't
too.
don't forget, Glenn, it also had, with the Light Ball, its attack is 110.
Let's go.
And with Terra, it can also make it more of a threat.
That's true.
Yeah, but definitely, I feel like this is the better pick between his last two Pokemon. He should have got to, like, something else that's not a Beldum. Hopefully he does well. I'm not sure how things are going to progress for him, but
Well,
that's his team.
We're challenging in the first week, so let's see how that goes.
Yeah, that should be happening soon. But yeah, that's his team, and then ending off the entire draft portion, Twilight Raiders drafted for 5 points, Galarian Weezing. Now this is a true will Pokemon.
It's also a very good pick still.
It's a great pick. It's got 2 great abilities between Levitate and Neutralizing Gas. Sorry, it's got 3 great abilities. It's got Levitate, it's got Neutralizing Gas, and the Fairy Terrain.
Yeah.
Fairy Surge. No, that's not what it's called. Something Surge. It's Fairy Terrain.
Misty Surge.
Misty Surge, yes. It's got 3 great abilities. It helps out his team a lot. Galarian Weezing, great support. Pokemon can burn things. It has Paint Split, so it's a wall breaker. Poison typing will kill Nino's team if the Deoxys doesn't do it first.
It's got Clear Smog. I think,
Clear
too,
Smog
so-
to stop setups. So honestly, Will's last 2 Pokemon, I fucking love it for his team.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The only thing that his team needs to really worry about is those water types. Water types will hurt him a lot, because he has nothing that resists water. But that is the end of the round 10 drafts. Glenn, what was your favorite Pokemon drafted in round 10?
I'm biased towards the camera up, like I said, but if I was not using my bias, I think the Malamar and the Gramble picks, I think.
Personally, for me, my favorite pick would probably be that Galarian Weezing. It's such a great Pokemon in this format, and if you can play it well, awesome. But
Definitely.
yeah, I think that is the end of the slide. So that is everyone's draft team. Honestly, some people have they have an uphill battle for them. Others not so much, but we do hope that everyone did enjoy this. We were talking for just about 2.5 hours doing this
I know,
analysis.
this is a video record. This isn't even a stream. This is a video recording.
This is yeah. This is video. Glenn, you know, if we ever do a draft tournament and more people join us, we need to record earlier.
Yeah, we record earlier, or maybe we can't break up this. We can't break up the draft. It's got to be one recording.
Yeah, it's got to be one recording. But yeah, I feel like this is gonna be really fun.
Yeah,
So
yeah. This
yes,
draft league, I think, is definitely gonna be very fun.
it's gonna be super fun. For the week 1 matches, stay tuned for those. So there's 2 groups. In Group A, because there was originally supposed to be 10 groups. 10 players, not 10 groups. 10 players, but Channing dropped out. He said he wasn't, he couldn't commit to it, so that's fine. So there's going to be 2 groups. In Group A, there's going to be 5 of us. So in Group A, it's going to be the Twilight Raiders, which is Will. It's going to be Pecha Knights, Noah. The Valiant Hearts, Nino. It's going to be Low Kicks Riders, Chris, and then myself, the Stardust Empoleons. And then in Group B, you have the Aerial Aces, which is Goof. You have Cock, which is Giant.
Yeah.
You have the Honolulu Toros, which is Glen. And then finally, you have Skellige Dorito, which is Zach. I really fucking hate that name. Yeah, so those are the groups. And then for the week 1 matches, we have Chris versus Nino. We have Noah versus Will. Zach versus Giant. And Glenn versus Goof.
Yeah.
2.5 hours and we got there, buddy.
We did it.
We got there. We did it. So to everyone watching, we'd like to thank you very much for tuning in to this super long video of ours. 2.5 hours. God damn. 2.5. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, click that follow icon, leave a comment, hit the bell icon, say you hate Nino for drafting all fairy and psychic Pokemon. My other half of my brain cell. But yeah, we do hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the battles. They're going to be up soon. And until then, we will see you later, gamers. I am going to bed now.
Nino ain't here, so Lola.
Bye.
My turn now.